Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of our story. If you like this What If story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by ad1tbh779 on Wattpad. Now let's start. Izuku's POV. There are two types of people in our society. Those with quirks and those without. People with quirks make up 80% of our society. They are the ones who contribute to society, able to do things with their unique abilities. The greatest example of these are the pro-heroes who protect us from the forces of evil, especially my idol All Might, the #1 hero. Always saving people with a smile on his face, and giving off that aura of safety and reassurance that I dream of giving off to others. However, then there are the quirkless. Quirkless people are those without any of these abilities, and are often deemed as insignificant to the community. I unfortunately happened to be diagnosed as quirkless at the age of 4, breaking my hopes of being a hero. Since then my own classmates turned on me, including my best friend Katsuki Bakugo, or Kaken, as I refer to him as. They bullied me, ridiculed me for being useless, and now refer to me as Deku. To be honest, I don't blame them, because it's true. I mean, come on. Me, quirkless, becoming a hero. The idea is simply comedic. No, even my mum thinks I can be a hero. I still remember her tears and her exact words when I asked her about my dreams. Flashback young Izuku. Can I still be a hero? Can I be a hero? Like All Might? 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐸𝐵. I'm sniff sorry. Sniff Izuku. And a flashback to now I find myself here in a classroom, listening to the teacher explain to us about our futures. Teacher, all right class. Calm down. As you know, this is the last stretch of school. From here you need to plan where you go. But I'm pretty sure you all want to be heroes anyway, so there's no point in me doing this. Bakugo, hang on a minute teach. Don't put me alongside these fodder extras. I will be the greatest hero whilst they all can be my sidekick. Of course. Kaken back with his ego. Teacher, oh yes Bakugo. You're applying for UA aren't you? Class-nanny. That's only the most prestigious hero school out there. The acceptance rate is so low. Is he really applying? For those who don't know, UA is the best hero school out there. To be in a shot of being a big hero, you go there. However, to even be in UA, you have to pass the entrance exam, with both a written and physical examination. Many of the world's best heroes have come from UA, including All Might. Bakugo, hell yeah, I'm applying. In fact, you can write my name on the class register, 'cause I'm getting in. Teacher, oh that's right. Midoriya is also applying for UA. SHTY teacher Y. Class dash. Ha ha ha. Bakugo, shitty Deku. What are you thinking? You're below even the extras and you hope to compete with me. Huh. Face it Deku, no one will accept you. You're quirkless and therefore worthless. Izuku on the verge of tears. It's just been my dream since a child. I figured I could just give it a try. Class, ah. Great. I knew this would happen. Not even the teacher is helping, he knows they are right. Fast forward to end of class. I was about to head off back home when all of a sudden my hero journal was taken. Bakugo, look Deku. All I'm saying is not to go to UA. You don't stand a chance there without a quirk. This hero journal of yours explodes hero journal and throws it away to a pond isn't going to do anything for you. 'Cause you will never be a hero. If you want to be a hero so badly, take a swan dive off the roof and pray you get a quirk in your next life. All I felt at that moment was anger. Anger towards Bakugo and his lackeys and anger towards myself and my crappy life. Leaving the classroom, I went on my way home, picking up my hero journal on the way, luckily still intact. Wish the same could be said about me. Izuku's POV. Sorry. I'm afraid you can't be a hero without a quirk. My whole world shattered. My idol, All Might, doesn't believe I can be a hero. The one I look up to just denied the possibility of my dreams coming to fruition. Of course he did. What was I expecting? Flashbacked, I was making my way home when all of a sudden a sludge monster attacked me. Sludge, excellent. You'll make the perfect meat shield kid. As he ravaged his way into my body, I thought my life was over then and there. My lungs burned and I was slowly losing consciousness. But before I blacked out, I heard a booming voice, Texas Smash. I woke up some time after, hearing a voice trying to wake me up. I opened my eyes slowly only to be in disbelief. Izuku, All Might. All Might, indeed, young one. I'm here. Good thing you are awake. I thought you would have to be taken to the hospital. Now then I have of head off, evil never sleeps for anyone. Izuku W. All Might, I have a question. All Might, if this is for an autograph, I've already signed it in your notebook? Izuku, no, it's not for an autograph. You see, I'm quirkless and have been bullied for trying to become a hero despite being quirkless. You inspire me so much, you save everyone with a smile on your face. I want to know, can I do the same? Can I be a hero like you? All Might dash. Cough cough, I've ran out of time, get enveloped in smoke. Izuku. All Might, are you okay? Out of the smoke came a skinny frail man. Izuku dash. Where did All Might go? Who are you? Small Might, you're looking at him, kid. Izuku, no way. Small Might, keep this between you and me. In a fierce battle I was badly wounded. The injury couldn't be reversed, and so my time as a hero is short. I can only go around doing hero stuff for 3 hours a day. Izuku dash, I see. Small Might, what's your name, kid? Izuku, Izuku. Izuku Midoriya. Small Might, well, young Midoriya. Sorry. I'm afraid you can't be a hero without a quirk. My injury is enough to show it. I suffered this injury whilst I had a quirk. I only dread what would happen for someone quirkless. Being a hero isn't all good, though we may smile. Inside many of us feel terrified at the face of large danger. It's just not possible for a quirkless person to keep the pressure. Sorry, young Midoriya. Izuku, I see. Thank you for answering truthfully. Small Might, it's okay to dream, kid. But just make sure your dreams are obtainable. And with that, he walked away to hand over the villain in the bottle, and so did my hopes of becoming a hero. Izuku POV, well, I have spent far too long here. Mum is gonna get worried sick if I'm not at home soon. Narrator POV, my time to shine, grinning squinting face. The path Izuku walked through followed along the once appealing Dagoba beach, now tainted by piles of garbage littered illegally across the shore. The sun was setting, its vivid light reflected onto the water, a sign of the end of an eventful day for Izuku. And though he was clearly running late to go back home, he paused and admired the appealing orange scenery. Izuku, sigh, why do I get my hopes up? I'm just a useless weak Deku. Why did I ever think I could be something greater? After all, my own idol doesn't think I can be a hero. Maybe I should just take Kaken's advice and jump of a building. Little did he know, at that moment his fate would change forever. Dash, hey kid, you okay? Ryu's POV, Ryu, hey kid, you okay? I was making my way to a secluded part of the beach to train, when I heard a kid with green hair doubting himself and considering suicide. I couldn't let him actually consider it. It's not fair on him to be treated like this just because he isn't as strong. Izuku turns around to voice. Yeah, I'm fine. Ryu, it's okay kid, I can see your tears. You don't have to hide anything. Izuku dash, Caesar. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean for you to get involved, don't worry about me. Ryu, listen, I know what you are going through. You're doubting yourself and your abilities. I was in your position once. Twice. Many times. I know how you are feeling, but just don't think about jumping off a building. It won't help anyone. Izuku takes one good look at Ryu. Hold on, Ace. You're the wandering warrior Ryu. The greatest martial artist ever. The one that took down Muay Thai legend Sagat. Really? They hold me in such high regard. I never knew. But to answer your question, yes. I am Ryu and I am the one who took down Sagat. Smiles, what's your name? Izuku Midoriya. Sir. Bows Ryu dash, grinning face with sweat, no need for formalities young Izuku. He may not seem like much, but I can sense great potential in him. Narrator's POV, Ryu dash, tell me Izuku. What do you want to achieve in life? Izuku, looking down, well, I just want to be a hero. I want to be able to save other people with a smile and make them smile as well. I want to be like All Might, inspiring others to be just like him and make all of the people's fears run away when he arrives. I want to be like him. But that isn't possible since I'm quirkless. All Might. I've heard of him a lot. I have friends over in the US that had seen him around helping people. He certainly is a great hero. Izuku yeah. He's probably the best there is. Well, young Izuku. What if I told you that you have the ability of becoming a hero without a quirk? Izuku shocked. Impossible. Is there actually a way? Of course. Whilst quirks are most certainly impressive, you don't need them to be able to compete with the others. You can do that with your own inner energy. Izuku, my own inner energy. You mean like how you use your energy to fire off those attacks? Indeed. You can do that too. In fact, I'm going to offer you the chance to learn how to. Izuku on the verge of tears. Really, sir? Will you really? Well, only if you want to. Izuku yes, of course. I accept. Good. Meet me here tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. I'll discuss your training then. Izuku, sensei. I won't let you down. Sniff, thank you so much. No problem, kid. Now go back home, your mother must be worried sick. Izuku looked to the sky to see the sun had set. Izuku see you. I didn't realize the time I have to go. Thank you again, sensei. I'll see you tomorrow. Bows and runs off. Lightly chuckles. Sensei Gonna have to get used to that. And with that, Ryu made his way to a hotel, anticipating the job ahead. Guken. You were not only a mentor, but a father figure. You guided me when I was lost. Now I hope to accomplish the same with Izuku. Izuku arrived home, receiving a lecture from his mother. But even she looked more happy. Maybe because of the huge smile Izuku had on his face, previously hidden for so long to the rest of the world. Izuku's POV, beep beep, the distinctive sound of my alarm clock, one of the world's most intriguing mysteries in the world. Seriously, how can they be so annoying? However, this time, I was happy. Today I commence my training with Mr. Ryu. I got ready in suitable attire, a simple t-shirt, tracksuit bottoms and trainers. I popped over to my mum's room, only to find her asleep. I wrote a small note after breakfast, stating that I would be going to the beach for a bit for some exercise. Looking at the time now, it's 6, opting to jog to the beach. I then head out, ready for the day ahead. Narrator's POV, famous last words it would be. Izuku you want me to clean this beach? Ryu, yes, I do want you to clean this section of the beach. However, do not threat. You won't be cleaning the beach just yet. That will be your test later. First we need to get you used to the idea of using your inner energy. Izuku, and how do we do that? Ryu by training your stance and gaining control of your emotions. My fighting style is a variation of the Ansatsuken, the Shotokan. My version of the art was a modified and refined version of the version created by my Mr. Guken, called the Mu no Ken. The art is focused on calmness and inner peace, and is focused on embracing necessary violence but only out of a purpose. To be able to use this art, you must be calm and tranquil in your movements. You should not allow emotions to get the better of you. For starters, I shall start teaching you form. I want you to practice this every day as a warm-up, and be able to do this as if it's second nature. Understand? Izuku hi sensei. Fast forward to the end of the session. Ryu good job Izuku. You're getting the hang of it rather quickly. Remember, I want you to practice this kata every day in the morning, as well as meditate. As for your schedule, to be able to manage this in school, we shall do sessions in the evening on weekdays from 18:30 and then 7:30 in the morning during weekends. Izuku hi sensei. I feel much better already. But you see, I have 10 months until the UA exam. Do we have enough time to be able to train and clear the beach? Ryu yes, but you will have to put in the work. This first week will be focusing on improving your form and technique. After that you will start clearing the beach. This training isn't going to be easy. You will need to be prepared for this. Izuku of course. I'm willing to accept the challenge. From then on, Izuku would train intensely in preparation for the UA entrance exam. He would go on to learn and master the Hadouken, Shoryuken and Tatsumaki Senpyaku within the first 2 months, while simultaneously cleaning the beach. Ryu his progress is outstanding. He grows stronger by the minute and becomes calmer and more collected each day. I'm proud to be his teacher. Izuku was also faring much better in school, now being more calm and able to cope with the pressure. His ability to observe and analyze was also top-notch, a skill which was embossed in his brain as a vital trait to any fighter. Izuku's confidence also grew, despite still being very modest and introverted in nature. All was going smoothly until the 5th month, where the green-haired fighter would encounter a black-haired ponytail girl that would change everything. Izuku POV, after 5 months I felt much better. No longer was I pushed around by Bakugo and his crew. No longer did I feel weak. Thanks to Mr. Ryu, I have been able to improve myself. I no longer felt bad about myself having a quirk. I was also making considerable progress in cleaning the land. I was halfway done with clearing the beach. I also had a run-in with Sakura Kasagano, a disciple of sorts of Mr. Ryu. She currently works part-time at the arcade. To be honest, I view her like an older sister. She's so determined but still friendly. Her technical ability is also impressive considering that Mr. Ryu never actually taught her. Anyway, I was continuing my training as usual, clearing out the trash onto the beach and restoring it to its former beauty. Ryu, alright Izuku. That's enough for today. Good work. Izuku, thank you sensei. I should be heading home now. Bows and then proceeds to head back home. Meanwhile, elsewhere in an alleyway, narrator's POV. Thug 1 dash. Well, what do we have here? Smirks Evely. Thug 2 dash. A pretty fine girl, that's what. Licks his lips in anticipation. Scared girl dash. Stay away from me. In tears. Thug 1 dash. Aw, stop resisting. I promise you'll feel so good after this. Hehe. Dash, you can. Stop right there. Out in the entrance of the alleyway stood Izuku, a serious expression on his face. Thug 2 dash. And what are you gonna do, kid? Beat us up? Laughs uncontrollably. Izuku dash. Precisely, small grin on his face. Izuku quickly dashes toward the 2 thugs and instantly knocks them down with speed. Izuku dash. Well, that takes care of that. Are you okay? He barely managed to get that word out once he took a look at her, a light blush staining his cheeks. Izuku DMN. No wonder they went after her. She's gorgeous. Girl, slightly shy. Thank you for saving me, sir. Bows in gratitude. Izuku flashes a toothy smile. No worries. Anyone would have done the same. Now come on, let's get out of this alleyway. I'm Izuku Midoriya. Who might you be? Momo girl, Momo. Momo Yaoyorozu. Starts to blush. Izuku dash. Well then, Yaoyorozu, want me to take you home? Momo dash. Why? I would like that. And so Izuku and Momo made their way to her home, engaging in conversation and getting to know each other more and more. Izuku dash. So where are you going for school? Momo dash. Oh Yua. I got into UA via recommendation. Unsure of Izuku's reaction. Izuku, shocked. You got in by recommendation. That's amazing, Yaoyorozu. That means you must be super smart. Momo, surprised by Izuku's reaction. Thank you, Midoriya. Izuku dash. I'm currently training for the UA entrance exam. So if I pass you and I could be in the same class. Momo nods shyly. They continue to walk until they reach a large mansion, Momo's house. Izuku staring at awe. Such a big house. Momo giggles lightly at Izuku's reaction. Well, Midoriya. Thank you again for saving me. Izuku rubs the back of his head. It's fine. Anyone would have dash. Izuku got cut off by a sudden embrace from Momo as well as a peck on the cheek. Izuku blushes furiously. Momo dash. Thanks again, Midoriya. See you around. Waves and goes into her home. Izuku, unable to think properly, decides to go home. Izuku, hold on a sec. I just had a conversation with a girl. And a hug. And got kissed on the cheek. And by a pretty girl at that. I'm just gonna go home and meditate. I can't be getting too nervous now, it won't help me and my training. And with that, Izuku got back home and indeed meditated before he went to sleep. As his eyes slowly shut, He couldn't help but think about a certain girl he met today. Ryu's POV. Walking my way to the beach, I was met with a sight of pure beauty. The once trash-filled Dagoba Municipal Beach Park was now spotless. Ryu dash. The kid really did it, didn't he? He's gone beyond his limits and completed the challenge with flying colors. A look of pride dawned on his face. I looked for Izuku, wondering where he was, until I heard a fierce cry. Izuku dash, RWWWW. There he was, roaring out of accomplishment, standing in top of the garbage he set to clean up 10 months ago. I noticed he was starting to wobble and was about to collapse to the floor, so I quickly ran and caught him. Izuku dash, sensei, I did it? Ryu, indeed you did. I'm proud of you. You have come so far, sets Izuku down gently, dash, young Midoriya. We both turned to the direction the sound was coming from. It revealed a very buff man. Izuku dash, All Might. All Might. So this is the fabled #1 hero. All Might dash, indeed it is I, All Might. I wanted to congratulate you and thank you for restoring this beach. I've seen you work extremely hard for the last 10 months. I'll be honest, I felt bad about what I said to you about being a hero. Izuku dash, it's okay, All Might. You were looking out for me and were honest in your response. That's all I could ask for. Bo's All Might simply nodded, but then took a glance at me. All Might dash, you sir must be his teacher. Thank you for training him, your time has given BRH to a great hero. Bo's Ryu dash, it was my pleasure. It's the least I could have done for him. Also Bo's All Might dash, now then Izuku, aren't you going to take the entrance exam today? Izuku dash, Sirbi, I better get ready and get going. I'm sorry you by All Might. Rushes back home Ryu dash, best of luck Izuku. Remember your training. All Might, that boy's determination and passion is undeniably fierce. He might be the next #1 hero. Ryu dash, don't you have to go somewhere as well, sir? All Might dash, of course. I'll be on my way then. See you around, good sir. Jumps away to UA. After that I decided to do my own training. In the middle of training, narrator's POV. Dash, so then. You're raising your own student now, boy. Ryu dash. Dash, you will grow weak. Focus on the battle you have with me. Raising students will only lead to your downfall, just like you're dead in. Ryu dash. You cannot tempt me back into the murderous power of the Satsue no Hado anymore, Akuma. I have gone beyond it. Akuma dash, I'll see that firsthand, boy. The voice fades away, leaving Ryu alone at the beach. Izuku POV, here it is. Get in here, and you have a shot at making a name for yourself and becoming a big pro hero. All the 10 months of training with MSTR Ryu lead up to this one moment. I'm ready. Bakugo's POV, what the hell is that shitty Deku doing here? He better not try and compete with me, or else he's gonna get it. Only I will pass from our shitty school. Not him or anyone else. I will crush them. Izuku's POV, as I walked towards the building I noticed a girl was about to trip. Without a second thought I caught her by the shoulders and stopped her from falling. Izuku dash, careful there. Don't want to have bad luck during the exam now, don't we? Smiles girl dash, oh wait, thank you so much. Izuku, no biggie. Good luck in the exam. Continues to walk towards complex right then. Time to get this test on the road. After written exam, during breakdown of physical exam, still Izuku's POV, the written portion was simple in all honesty. Granted, I did study like a madman for it all my life, but still. However, now it's time for the real test, to see how far I can go with MSTR Ryu's training. Dash, sorry to interrupt, sir. In this pamphlet it states have stated that there are 4 different robots. But you have only explained if this information is wrong, then this will be a huge mistake from Japan's top hero school. President Mike, thank you contestant 7111 for pointing that out, but I was about to explain that. You see, the 4th robot is a 0-pointer. Whilst you can take it out, I'd suggest you leave them be since they won't give anything. Gives usual smile. That person with the glasses seems very perceptive and intelligent. I wonder what he can do on the field. Contestant 7111, thank you for clearing that up. Also you there. Points at Izuku, you have had the same uninterested look on your face since you have come in. If you do not care, please leave. I take it back. He's too judgmental. Izuku, with all due respect, I am simply trying to keep calm and focused for the test. If you have noticed my face, it means you yourself are not paying attention. Please allow President Mike to carry on with his explanation and focus on that instead of me. Says with sincerity in his voice. With that, he quickly sat down and the presentation resumed. President Mike dash, now then. Over here at you, we have a motto here that I would like to share with you. In this exam, go beyond your limits, plus ultra. With that, we were taken to our mock cities for our physical examination. At the city still Izuku's POV, as we were awaiting the start of the exam. I noticed that brown-haired girl from earlier looking very nervous. I was about to go and calm her down, when a hand firmly grasped on my shoulder. Looking back, it was the contestant from the presentation. Contestant 7111 - can't you see that girl is trying to concentrate? I won't let you yo and distract fellow contestants. Seriously. This guy. Izuku - sorry, but I have no intentions of distracting her. I was simply trying to calm her nerves. He seemed to realize I was just going to help, so he let me go. Going up to the girl, she seemed even more nervous. Izuku - calm yourself. Don't be nervous. Girl - oh wait. It's just I don't want to fail, smiling apprehensively. Izuku - don't worry about that. Just focus on trying your best. You can never be happy if you didn't try your hardest. Girl, thank you again. Good luck with the exam. Izuku, you too. President Mike, all right contestants. Get ready to start. Izuku's POV, President Mike, all right contestants. Get ready to start. As soon as we heard that everyone was getting ready, mentally and physically, and awaiting for the impending countdown. However, things are not so simple in real life. An opponent doesn't give you a countdown before they attack now, do they? As soon as I saw the gates open, I ran. Narrator's POV, President Mike, the green-haired fighter made a mad dash for it, wasting little time and already knocking down one-pointers left and right, whilst the class stood in shock. President Mike, well, what are you waiting for? There's no countdown in real life. That green-haired kid's already got 5 points. With that, the rest of the group hauled but in an attempt to catch up to Izuku. Fast forward deeper into the exam, inside the room with the judges Principal Nizu, it seems like we have a good batch this year. I can see lots of potential in them. Midnight seems so. Quite a few hotties in the mix as well. Winking face Shota Aizawa. That boy with green hair in particular intrigues me. He's easily taking down the robots. Perhaps it's his quirk. The way my curiosity is piqued. Nizu, as am I. But as we know, there is more to being a hero than just strength and pure ability. Let's see how he and the rest handles this. Pushes a button, all might in small form, young Midoriya. Just what did you do in those 10 months? Back on the field, just pretend Izuku destroyed all of those. President Mike. 2 minutes left. Izuku, okay. That should be enough points now. Maybe I should start getting prepared to head back. All of a sudden the ground shook fiercely. Looking back, Izuku saw the cause behind all of it. Izuku, so that's the 0-pointer, huh? Well, I might as well head back then. I'm not gonna gain any points from it. As he was about to walk away, a loud, desperate cry could be heard. Someone help me. I'm stuck. Izuku recognized that voice as the girl from earlier. Looking back again, he saw her caught underneath some rubble. Izuku, disappointed seeing the others run away and not help her. Why isn't anyone helping her? That's the whole point of a hero, to help those in need. I need to help her before she gets badly injured or worse, but I'm too far away to reach her. Izuku then reaches the only feasible conclusion available. He would have to attack the robot. Pulling back his 2 arms near his torso, he began to charge up ki in his hands, slightly illuminating his body in a blue light. Izuku -. As soon as he's fully charged, he wasted little time and fired the signature attack of the Shoto fighting style. Izuku -. A sphere of energy came out of his palms and headed straight for the 0-pointer. It hits straight on the robot's head and topples the robot back down whilst blasting the head off. Rest of the class woo. In shock after making sure it was down for the count, Izuku went over to free the girl from the rubble. Girl dash, thank you so much. I thought I was a goner. Izuku, don't worry. I was just doing the job of a hero. President Mike, all right contestants, time is up. Please return back to the main gates. With that, they all returned back to the entrance, where they would be treated by Recovery Girl, the nurse of UA. Back in the box after Izuku's display, the judges were in shock. They may have found a hero who is destined for greatness. Izawa, Nizu. I want that kid in my class. Small Might, Izuku. You are amazing. You will be a great hero, no, the greatest hero. After the exam at Dagoba Municipal Beach, narrator's POV, Ryu? So then Izuku, how do you think you did? Izuku, I felt like I did good. I was able to take out a large number of pointers, so I think I've got enough to pass. Remember, it's not all about whether you win or lose. It's more so learning from the experience and trying your best. If you don't try at your maximum and fail, then it will haunt you forever. But if you at least tried, you can accept defeat much easier. Izuku dash, hi sensei. I'm forever grateful to you. You have helped me become stronger and more confident in myself. If it weren't for you, I dash Ryu dash, now Izuku. You don't need to go there. It's in the past. Don't let your past haunt you. Instead, carve your path through the future. You can't change what's already happened, but you can make a difference in what will happen moving forward. Izuku dash, yes sir. Wreath good. Now come on. Just because you have finished the exam, doesn't mean you can stop training. You must keep getting stronger. Izuku, let's start. They then proceeded to start their training routine once again. Fast forward to the end of the session, Izuku, Mr. Ryu. Where do you even stay? Ryu, well, I'm kinda just find a secluded area and sleep. It's been the way I have been doing things ever since I started wandering and traveling. I've never really settled down. Izuku, in a way. Sensei, come home with me. I'm not about to let you sleep in random areas, you could be arrested for that. Really? I do not wish to disturb your family with my presence. Izuku, you'll be fine. It's just me and my mother. We don't mind you staying over. Wreath, thank you Izuku for the offer. Bows Izuku, it's the least I can do after what you have done for me. But next time don't bow. Makes me feel like I'm the teacher. Grinning face with sweat, they both then made their way to Izuku's home. After introducing Ryu to 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐬𝐚 Midoriya, Ryu was allowed to stay for as long as you would like. Quoting Izuku's mother, Ryu decided to sleep in the living room with a futon, stating that he was most used to sleeping like this. And so the wait for the results begin. Ryu and Izuku kept up with their training, this time accompanied by 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐬𝐚 as audience, who was curious as to where her son got his confidence from. Occasionally they would meet All Might, who told them to call him Toshinori Yagi in public whilst in his small form. He would also watch, and would one time offer Izuku the power of one for all, though Izuku would decline, stating that he has found his own power and wants to be a hero with this power alone. Sakura would pop in from time to time and join the training to improve herself, whenever she wasn't studying or at work over at the arcade. She would also sometimes join in for dinner with the Midoriyas and Ryu since she lived in an apartment nearby. She was quickly like a daughter for 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐬𝐚, and the sibling-like bond between her and Izuku grew stronger. Then at long last, 𝐒𝐮𝐽, Izuku. It's here. Izuku rushed to the living room, swiftly grabbing the letter and opening it. Ryu also came to see how his student did. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, I just want you to know, Izuku. Whatever happens, I'm proud of you. Izuku, thanks mum. He then pressed on the device in the mail. Out of it came a projection, featuring All Might. All Might, greetings young Midoriya. I'm here. If you are wondering why I'm here, it's because I'm going to be a teacher at UA. Anyway, I am here to share with you your test scores. You had done brilliantly in the written exam, but as you know, there is more than the written exam. In the physical test, you had displayed incredible ability, collecting 70 villain points, the second highest in the group and already a pass. However, your heroism when saving that girl from the zero-pointer impressed every one of the judges. You gained an additional 60 rescue points, bringing your total to 120 points. You not only passed Izuku, you aced it. Izu on the verge of tears. All Might, come now Izuku Midoriya. Is your hero academia now. Projection cuts off Izuku. Sniff, I did it. I really did. I got into UA. Inko crying tears of joy. I'm so proud of you, son. Tonight we are celebrating with Katsuki. Bear hugs Izuku Ryu, looking at the family exchange. Izuku, I'm so proud of you. Since the first day I have met you, you have come so far. It's an honor to be able to call you my student, smiles with pride Inko. Let me call Sakura. She would love to hear that you passed. Goes off to call Sakura. Ryu, hey Izuku. I want to give you something. Izuku, sure sensei. But what is it? Ryu, well, it's a new GI for training. Try it. Ryu then pulls out a GI from a bag on the sofa. It's similar to Ryu's GI but in a greenish-blue color to complement Izuku's hair, similar to one of the colors you can pick for Ryu. Also, there is no headband here. This is only the training GI. Just pretend that's Izuku. He's more slim and has green hair obviously. Izuku, after trying it on, thank you so much Ryu. It looks great, Ryu, smiling, no problem kid. I'm glad you liked it. Inko, coming back from the phone, Sakura said she can join us tonight for din. Oh nice GI Izuku. You look cool. Izuku, slightly blushing but smiling, thanks mum. Ryu got it for me. Later on in the evening Sakura arrived and gave Izuku a massive hug to celebrate his success. There was only one problem. Izuku was struggling as Sakura. Can't breath. Sakura quickly lets go of Izuku and smiles an apology. Sorry Izuku. I'm just so proud that you passed. You're gonna be such a cool hero. Inko and Ryu only laughed at this sibling exchange. Together the four of them went out to a restaurant and celebrated, Izuku appropriately treating himself to Katsuki. It was a joyous day for everyone involved. However, a certain ash blonde-haired boy found out the news from his mother. At an alleyway, Bakugo, that son of a beach Deku. How dare he beat me? I will make sure I crush him. There's no way a shitty D with no quirk can best me. Just you wait Deku. You'll rue the day you decided to mess with me. Izuku's POV. Well, today is the day I start learning at Japan's top hero school, UA. I quickly get dressed, not wanting to be late on the first day. Once I got changed I had breakfast with my mother. Mr. Ryu was not present. He had recently secured a job at a local dojo to teach, in order to earn some money to compensate for the extra man at home. After eating, I put on my red sneakers and was about to head out of the door, before my mother stopped me. Inko, Izuku, before you go. You look cool. I'm proud of you. Enjoy your first day. Smiles Izuku, thanks mum. See you later. And with that, I made my way to UA, anticipating the day ahead. I wonder if I'll see Yaoyorozu again. Inside of UA's hallways, narrator's POV. Izuku, 1A, where is 1A? Midoriya. Izuku looked back to the direction of the voice, only to have his question from earlier answered. Izuku, hi Yaoyorozu. Nice to see you again, blushing after remembering what happened last time. Momo, good to see you too. Midoriya, also blushing, so which class are you in? Izuku dash, I'm in 1A, what about you? Momo dash, I'm also in 1A. I thought I was going to have no friends in my class. Good thing I do. Smiles Izuku, I am glad too. Internally, however, Izuku was a different story. Izuku, she called me her friend. Why am I reacting like this? Okay Izuku, calm down. Remember, this is only the second time you are meeting her. Don't jump the gun. Then again, Momo wasn't faring much better. Momo, I'm in the same class as Izuku. I'm in the same class as my crush. Why is he so cute and handsome? Calm down Momo. You don't know if he likes you back. You're meeting him for the second time. Slow down. Willing to break the awkwardness, Izuku spoke up. Izuku, we should probably get to class. Don't want to be late on the first day now, do we? Smiles Momo, yeah, you're right. Let's go. Together they walked towards 1A, both taking comfort in each other's presence. But as they reached the class, Izuku heard two all too familiar voices. Boy with glasses, get your feet off that desk now. This is only the first day and you are already disrespecting this academy by scuffing school property. Bakugo, W. Now did someone put a stick up your butt or were you born with one in? Smirks boy with glasses, readjusts himself. It seems we have gone of the wrong foot. I'm Tenya Ida, from Sumai Academy. Bakugo, oh, you're from one of those higher schools. You think you're better than me. I'll enjoy crushing you. Lida, and you want to be a hero with that attitude. Izuku and Momo simply sweat dropped at this scene. Izuku, of course Kaken would be here. Why wouldn't he be? He notices Izuku at the door. Oh, I remember you from the entrance exam. I'm Izuku, there's no need. I already know your name from that little scuffle over there. I'm Izuku Midoriya. Pleased to meet you. Bo's Momo, and I'm Momo Yaoyorozu. Ida, Midoriya, you knew about the rescue points, didn't you? I want to apologize for how I acted towards you during the exam. I misjudged you. Izuku, all is forgiven. I was actually quite surprised about the rescue points. I never knew about them during the exam. I was just doing what a hero should do in the situation. Momo, I wonder what they are talking about regarding the entrance exam. Did something happen involving Izuku? She decided to question him about it later. At the door, the brown-haired girl who Izuku saved had arrived. Girl, you're the guy who saved me in the entrance exam. Thank you so much for that. Momo saved. Just what happened during that exam? Izuku, no problem. Just doing what was right. I'm Izuku Midoriya. Achiko Uraraka. I hope we can be good friends. Izuku, I would like that. Smiles. If you're here to make friends, you can leave. Now sit down. Looking back at the door, a man in a sleeping bag was now there. Everyone quickly settled to their seats. Izuku had taken a seat next to Momo, for obvious reasons. Aizawa, it took you 8 seconds just to quiet down. Rational people shouldn't take that long. Clearly I'm going to have to fix that. I'm Shota Aizawa and I'm your homeroom teacher. Put these on and meet me outside. Hands everyone their clothes. Oh, and don't take all day. We don't have that amount of time available. Walks away Izuku. He looks very familiar. I know he's a pro hero, but who could he be? UA Field Narrator's POV. Aizawa? Alright. I know normally you would expect orientation, but here at UA we have more freedom in how we teach our classes. So now we are going to be doing a quirk apprehension test. Bakugo, you scored the highest amount of villain points in the exam. What was your best softball throw in junior high? Bakugo, 67 meters. Aizawa, now try throwing it with your quirk. Hands softball to Bakugo, you can throw it however you want. So long as you don't go outside the circle. Bakugo dash, alright then. Here goes. Prepares to throw the ball. Aizawa. 705, 2 meters, rest of class except Izuku, Momo and Shoto Todoroki, WT. Mina, that looks so fun. I can't wait. Aizawa, fun huh? Okay then. Whoever is last in the final standings will be deemed as having no potential and will be expelled. Rest of class excluding the usual. That's not fair. Izuku, nothing in life is fair. Natural disasters, murders, people losing their lives to accidents. Those are not fair, are they? Aizawa, precisely as Midoriya said. This isn't just school anymore, this is UA's hero course. With that, everyone proceeded to take their softball throws, with Achiko getting a standout score of infinity using her quirk, zero gravity. Then, it was Izuku's turn. Aizawa, alright kid, you're up. Izuku took the ball and proceeded to the spot. Izuku hit. The best way of me doing this is to use the Hadouken. I could just deliver a powerful Tatsumaki or mule kick, but I don't know how it will work. Hadouken it is. Izuku then proceeded to pull back his arms. The softball settled in his hands, and begins to charge up ki, forming a ball illuminating his body a light blue. Lightning started to crackle around him, as waves of blue energy came towards the sphere, charging it up. Kirishima, what is this energy? Mineta, it's so overwhelming. Achiko, wait a sec. He's using the move that he used against the zero-pointer. Ida, that intensity. How can one generate that? Izuku, Hadou. Momo, the total shock. Izuku, how are you this strong? Aizawa, this kid used the same attack against that zero-pointer. It feels so much more fierce up close. Just who is this guy? And what is his quirk? Face of shock Izuku. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐸. Izuku fired the Hadouken ball inside the attack, sending the ball flying alongside the sphere of energy. Aizawa. 1,500 meters. And that's only because it hit something. All of the class, in no way. Kaminari, if he's already this strong, imagine how strong he would be if he kept training. Tokoyami, how did you do that? Mineta, how can someone like you exist? Mina, that's so cool. Achiko, amazing. Momo, that power is so immense. What kind of quirk is that? Was he this strong already when I first met him? Unfortunately, a certain someone didn't take too kindly to Izuku's display. Bakugo, DMNU Deku. You better tell me how you got so strong or I will end you. Charges towards Izuku with murderous intent. Aizawa wraps his scarf around Bakugo. You can stop right there. You cannot just go around attacking your classmates. Now hurry up and get back. I don't want my eyes going dry. Bakugo grudgingly complies and gets back to the rest of the group. Izuku, I see now. That's pro hero Eraserhead, an underground hero. No wonder he seemed so familiar. Aizawa. Now then, let's continue with the rest of the test. Meter sprint. Izuku clocked in with a solid 5 seconds flat, third only to Bakugo and Ida, the latter with an overwhelming advantage due to his speed quirk engine. Grip test. Izuku had placed in the upper tier, though not as impressive as Shoji and his 540 kilogram score. Standing long jump. Izuku had cleared the sandbox, thanks to clever usage of a Tatsumaki Senpyaku in mid-air gaining him distance. Repeated side steps. Though Mineta was certainly very impressive, Izuku's quick mobility thanks to Ryu's training kept him in close range, getting second. Distance run. Izuku's high stamina had carried him to the top 3 in the test. Seated toe touch. Izuku had easily finished first, having been doing this as his morning routine for 10 months. Sit-ups. Similar to the seated toe touch first. Aizawa, alright, that's the end of the test. I cannot be bothered to read out the results, so I'm just going to display them here for you all to see. St. Izuku Midoriya ND Momo Yaoyorozu RD Shoto Todoroki Ich Katsuki Bakugo Ich Tenya Ida Th Fumikage Tokoyami. Th Minoru Mineta, and oh, I haven't been able to have my HM yet. Dramatic anime tears. The boys only sweat dropped at this, whilst the girls looked at him in disgust. Aizawa, oh, and by the way, I was lying about the whole expulsion thing. That was just to rouse you up and show your true potential. Most of class, seriously. Momo, what? I thought it was pretty obvious he wasn't going to expel anyone. I guess I should have said something. Izuku, somehow I get the feeling he wasn't until this point. Looks at Aizawa, you're the underground hero Eraserhead, aren't you? Aizawa, indeed I am. How do you know that, kid? Izuku, a fighter has to know his opponent before he fights. Your quirk is erasure. You can erase another person's quirk by using it. When you used your scarf against Bakugo, I immediately recognized you. Aizawa, I like you, kid. You've got some skill and knowledge and a keen eye at that. Anyway, that's the end of the day. Go pick up the syllabus and go home. They each grabbed the syllabus and made their way home. An exciting first day at UA has ended. Elsewhere, damn it. Where could those BSTRDS be hiding? Sir, we may have found a group in Mustafu, Japan that may help us in our mission. Would you like me to send a squad to search the area? No. I'll go and investigate it myself. Have a helicopter ready for me. Yes, sir. Walks away from office. Shadow Lu. Your days of crime will soon be over. Just you wait. Narrator's POV. Momo and Izuku were walking together out of school, when Momo asked Izuku a question that was lingering in her mind. Momo, Midoriya, what happened in the entrance exam? Everyone who saw you in action is talking about it. Izuku, well, to put it simply, Uraraka was caught in some rubble whilst a zero-pointer was on the loose. Most of the contestants were running away, but Uraraka wasn't able to get out. I was too far away, so I had to use the Hadouken to knock it back. I ended up destroying it. Momo, so that's what happened. Is that the same attack you used in the Quirk apprehension test? Izuku, yes it is. Momo, he truly is amazing. Izuku, I never got to ask you about your quirk. Just what exactly is it? Izuku, well, you see I'm actually quirkless. Momo shocked, quirkless. Then how do you explain the whole fireball you used? Izuku, that's a story for another time. Your ride is here. Points to her butler's car. Momo, oh okay. Well, it was nice meeting you again, Midori. Call me Izuku. Friends shouldn't refer to each other so formally. Momo, okay then. You can call me Momo then. Blushes, see you later. Izuku waves and walks away. OMG, we're on a first name basis. Izuku, by Momo. God, she really is appealing. Right? Gotta go home now. Mum and Ryu would want to know how the first day went. But on his way home, Deku. All of a sudden he was blown into a wall, then held there by his childhood bully Bakugo. Bakugo, you shitty Deku. You're gonna tell me why you are messing with me here at UA before I explode your head off. Izuku, I don't understand you, Kaken. You say you are going to be a hero, but you are attacking those that are not of danger to you. Whatever I do should mean nothing to you. After all, I am useless in your eyes. Someone, however, believed in me, put faith in me, and made me become a better person. I am here with his training with me, and if you want me out, you will have to force me to. Bakugo, shocked at Izuku's courage to talk back to him. Just you wait, Izuku Midoriya. Once I get the opportunity, I will slaughter you. Walks away. Releases a sigh of relief. Well, that was an encounter. Better get home now. And so Izuku made his way back, pondering over the events of the day. Once he reached home, he explained his day with Ryu and Inko. They had both expressed their happiness at Izuku's performance and how he is adjusting to UA. Then, there was a knock at the door. Izuku went to go open it, only to see Toshinori Yagi. Izuku, oh Mr. Toshinori, how come you are here? Toshinori, oh, I just came to stop by and congratulate you on your performance in the Quirk examination. I would also like to talk to Mr. Ryu if you don't mind. Ryu hears this and comes over. Ridesh, hello Mr. Toshinori. How may I help you? Toshinori, it's best if we talk privately about this. Ryu and Toshinori stepped outside to talk. Toshinori, you see Ryu, us heroes are fearing that we may have a large outbreak of villains. Recently crime rates have started to pick up, and we are starting to fear the worst. I came by to ask you, will you be willing to help us? Sir, you wouldn't even have to ask me to help, I would do it anyway. Even if I don't actively try, I find myself in these situations, so I end up helping anyway. I'll be more than happy to aid you. Toshinori only smiled, glad that the wandering warrior shared the same notions as Izuku and he himself had. Toshinori, all right then. I'll inform the UA board about this. Thank you once again for your services, Ryu. I'll be on my way then. Bose then turns into All Might and jumps away with Thay. Ryu returned inside, explaining to the Midoriyas what he wanted, and together they all ate dinner. After dinner, Izuku headed to bed early, tired from the day at UA. But as he slept, Izuku, you are strong. But I have the power to make you stronger. Izuku who are you? I am you, Izuku. I am your inner power. You have access to one of the most powerful forces in the universe, the Satsui no Hado. Unlock it, Izuku, and you will gain strength far surpassing the mortal level. Izuku, I do not fight just to satisfy the will to fight and conquer. I fight to grow and protect. How pathetic. You'll rue the day you refuse to awaken me, Deku. Izuku woke up with a jolt, snapping out of that dream. He looked around his surroundings to notice him still in his room. Izuku, it was just a dream. Noticing the time was 1 a.m., Izuku went back to sleep, this time picturing the face of a certain black-haired beauty. He slept peacefully for the remainder of the night. Inside Class 1A narrator's POV, I am walking through the door like a normal person. Emerging from the doorway was the one and only All Might, much to the surprise of the class. Kirishima, no way. It's All Might. Isn't that his Silver Age costume? Mina, so cool. All Might, yes, I am here. I'll be taking over your lesson for today. Because today, we are going to be doing dramatic pause battle training. The class was excited for this lesson, especially Bakugo. Bakugo finally. I can show that shitty Deku just who he's messing with, by blowing him away. All Might dash, but what's a hero without some style? Points to the shelf of suitcases. In those suitcases are your hero costumes. Pick your respective suitcase up and get geared up. Meet me at ground beta once you are ready. With that, everyone picked up their respective suitcase and went to go get changed into their costumes. Fast forward, UA ground beta as more and more people were finished getting ready, they started to walk out of the tunnel. One person soon turned to 5, then 10, then the whole class, except for one. All Might, you all look terrific in your costumes and certainly stand out. Now, let's start today's trial. Momo, sir. Midoriya hasn't emerged from the tunnel yet. Bakugo, that nerd probably said his breathes knowing that he's going to get destroyed by me. Izuku, emerging from tunnel, sorry I'm late. Had some trouble fixing on my headband. I/N, pretend that Izuku is wearing a black full-sleeves t-shirt underneath and that his GI is cyan with brown gloves happy face like that. Once Izuku had emerged out, most of his peers had mixed emotions. Whilst most would agree he looked cool, it was awfully plain in their eyes. A simple cyan GI with brown gloves and a red headband doesn't make for the most convoluted of designs. Momo though liked his costume. She knew that Izuku wasn't aiming to be a hero to be popular or be number one, unlike a certain Bakugo, but to be able to save others and help them. She thought the costume suited that philosophy well. Not to mention, she did think he looked handsome in it. Momo, nice costume too. Slightly blushes Izuku, thanks Momo. But isn't your costume a bit? Momo, revealing. Yeah, it isn't ideal but I need exposed areas of skin to be able to use my quirk without my clothes being destroyed. Izuku, I see. Your quirk is creation, isn't it? That makes more sense. But well, you allocate, blushes Momo, becomes even more red in the face. Thank you Izuku. All Might. Now that everybody is here, let's start the battle trial. Looking good by the way young Midoriya. In this exercise we will have 2 teams of 2, a villain team and a hero team. Now most villain attacks happen outside, but the most cunning of villain battles happen indoors. Therefore this exercise will happen inside a building. The villain team will have to defend a fake bomb from the hero team, whilst the hero team have to touch the fake bomb to win. Heroes win by touching the bomb or capturing all the villains, whilst the villains win if they capture all the heroes or the heroes fail to touch the bomb before the time runs out. Momo, sir, will we be graded on this? Achiko, will we be expelled for failure? Slightly scared of the prospect Bakugo, can we kill the other person? All Might, now one question at a time. Young Yaoyorozu, you won't be graded per se but your performances will be assessed. Young Uraraka, no you won't be expelled, I'm not like Mr. Aizawa. And no Bakugo, you cannot kill or attempt to kill the other person. The teams shall be decided by a draw. Ida, sir, isn't there a more efficient method to choosing teams? Izuku, think of it this way Lida. You never know who you might have to team up with. This method of teams will make you adaptable to working with other heroes. Ida, I see, apologies for interrupting. All Might, no worries young Ida, and well explained young Midoriya. Anyway, the teams have been decided, displays teams Katsuki Bakugo and Tenya Ida B, Shoto Todoroki and Achiko Uraraka C, Minoru Mineta and Yuga Aoyama D, Izuku Midoriya and Momo Yaozu, Menzo Shoji and Mina Ashido F, Rikido Sato and Koji Kids G, Denki Kaminari and Kyoka Jira H, Fumikage Tokoyami and Tsu Ajui I, Mashareo Ojiro and Toru Hagakure J, Ijiro Kirishima and Hanta Siro. All Might, and the first match shall be Team A as villains and Team D as heroes. Izuku, so then, I have to face Kaken so soon. So be it. If this is the challenge All Might has set me, then I must meet it. I must conquer my fears in this fight and meet the challenge ahead. That is how I will grow. Bakugo, once I get my hands on you, I'm going to blow you away. I will destroy you and cement my place as the best. Outside building narrator's POV. Momo, So Izuku, what's our strategy here? Izuku, well knowing Kaken, he will go after me. It's best if we split up so that one of us is able to reach the bomb. I'll occupy Kaken whilst you go for the bomb. If Ida is there, then try and make something that will slow him down or stop him. His engine quirk is dangerous, so always be aware. Sound good? Momo, you're sure? Just be careful against Bakugo, please. I don't want you to be hurt badly. Izuku, I'll try to end the fight quickly. Once I do, I'll join you for the fight against Ida. Momo simply nodded at this, but she couldn't help but still be concerned about her crush's safety. Meanwhile, with Bakugo and Ida, Izuku is going to be problematic. We need a Bakugo. Screw making a plan. I'm enough to beat his butt down. You just mark your post here. It's the only way you'll make yourself useful. Ida, angered, just what is your problem with Midoriya? Why do you hate him so much? Bakugo, that's for me to know and for you to stay out of glasses. Deku, you're going to face my wrath today. I'll make you feel every ounce of it when I blow you to dust. All might, through communicator, heroes. You may now enter the building. Your time starts now. Back to Izuku and Momo. Izuku's POV. Me and Momo made our way in. The bomb was located on the 5th floor, so Momo was thinking of how to get there undetected. I, however, was admittedly nervous. Bakugo is very aggressive in his approach, so whilst it may be easy to keep his attention, I had to be able to withstand the pressure. Whilst we were making our way through the building, Momo had asked me a question. Momo, Izuku, what going on between you and Bakugo? Why does he hate you so much? Izuku, well, me and Bakugo go way back, all the way back to when I was at the time, we were close friends, but once he found out I was quirkless, he turned on me. It's why he calls me Deku. He thinks I'm low-level trash, useless to the world, and every time I thought about going to UA somehow, he would be there to crush it. He wanted to be the only one from our school to ever go to UA. I guess I ruined that plan. Probably made even worse by the fact that the guy he bullied is in the same class as him at UA. In reflective mood narrator's POV, Momo shocked and saddened to hear this. Poor Izuku. He had to put up with this since he was 4. I just want to hug him and comfort him. Slightly blushes at her thoughts but pays no heed but as she was about to go and comfort him. Bakugo, Deku. At the end of the hall was Bakugo, looking to put some pain. Bakugo, come on Deku. You versus me. Try yourself against the best. Oh wait, you have no say in the matter. Fires and small explosion towards Izuku and Momo. Izuku quickly got Momo and himself out of the way, his fast reflexes preventing any initial damage. Izuku, Momo, are you okay? Momo, yeah, I'm fine. Izuku, good. You go up and disable the bomb, I'll go occupy Bakugo. Momo, stay safe Izuku. Momo then gave a quick hug to Izuku before sneaking away. Izuku turns to face Bakugo. Alright Kaken, it's just you and me, gets in a stance. Bakugo, feel my wrath you piece of it. With extreme anger, Bakugo lunged towards Izuku with a right hook. Exactly what Izuku was predicting. Grabbing the hook, he countered by slamming Bakugo to the floor with a throw over the shoulder, using Bakugo's momentum to cause extra damage. Izuku, for years you have thrown that right hook of yours right off the bat. It's far too predictable. Bakugo got up and only roared in frustration, charging towards Izuku with a flurry of punches and kicks, though easily parried by Izuku. As Bakugo threw a wild swing at Izuku, he missed badly, leaving him open for Izuku to throw a powerful mule kick to his stomach, sending him flying into the wall. Slowly, Bakugo got up, staggering on his feet. Bakugo, how is this possible? There's no way he's stronger than me. I am the strongest. He's been looking down on me since we met, hasn't he? Starts laughing menacingly. Is alerted by Bakugo's laughter. Why is he laughing? Does he have some sort of plan? Meanwhile, with Momo's POV, I hope Izuku is okay. Bakugo didn't seem like he was going to hold back. I don't want Izuku to be hurt or worse. I was making my way up to the 5th floor, trying to figure out the best way to approach the bomb. Once I reached the room where the bomb was located, I saw Ida near the bomb. Opting to stay hidden for now, I awaited for the right moment to sneak up and touch the bomb. All of a sudden, Bakugo's maniacal laughter could be heard from the floor below. What is he up to? Momo, please be careful, Izuku. Worried back to the fight narrator's POV. Bakugo, ha. So you piece of you claim to know me inside out. Well, surely if that's the case, then you know how my quirk works. Izuku, starting to get worried, you sweat nitroglycerin and form explosions with it. What do you mean to tell me? Bakugo, well, what if I told you that in these gauntlets is a bank of nitroglycerin just waiting to be let loose? Ryu, shocked in realization, wait. Don't tell me dash. Bakugo, ha. That's right, Didi. I'm about to let it rip and send a massive explosion your way. All Might hearing this, shocked that Bakugo is going through with it. Bakugo, don't do it. You could kill him. Bakugo, he'll be fine if he dodges. You'll rue the day you decided to look down on me, Izuku Midoriya. Bakugo then pulled the chain off and let loose a giant explosion heading straight for Izuku. Izuku, damn it. There isn't enough room for me to dodge. Before Izuku could escape the attack, it engulfed him completely. The blast destroyed the wall, leaving a massive hole where you could see all of outside. Back with Momo and Ida, the explosion was heard by both of them. Momo immediately became scared for Izuku and his well-being, whilst Ida was confused and wanted an answer. Ida, through communicator, Bakugo, what's going on down there? There was a giant explosion just now, was that your doing? Momo, now's my chance. Momo quickly snuck up on Ida and wrapped the capture tape around him, leaving Ida out of the match. Ida, damn it. How did I not notice you? Fair play, Yaoyorozu. Disappointed in himself, however, Momo paid no heed to Ida's comment. Momo, through communicator, Izuku, are you okay? Can you read me? Starting to tear, all she got back was static. Back to the fight, Bakugo simply smirked in accomplishment, satisfied with that he has done. Once the smoke had cleared off, however, a figure could be seen standing. Izuku stood there, still at the same spot, with his arms in front of him. The top of his GI was damaged severely, only part the left side was there. Holes and burn marks could be seen on his GI and gloves, as well as burn marks on his arms. Bakugo was shocked and angry, damn it, Det. Why won't you ever stay down? And no matter, you won't be able to withstand this 1-inch breathing that stings. Bakugo's attack has really left me in a tricky situation. And he has another gauntlet. All Might, through communicator. Bakugo, that was a dangerous move. One more attack like that and you're disqualified. Bakugo, what? Izuku then hears something from his own earpiece. Momo, Izuku, do you read me? Are you okay? In tears, Izuku, I'm fine, Momo. I'm not going down that easily. Momo, ecstatic and relieved that he's okay, oh thank goodness. I thought I lost you. Izuku, I'm fine. You go and get that bomb. Momo immediately went ahead and touched the bomb. All Might, heroes win. Bakugo, arg, diminitio. You're gonna get it, do. Here comes that famous right hook of mine. Charges straight towards Izuku. All Might, Bakugo, stop. The trial is over. Bakugo, Izuku, SHT. I can barely even stand after that explosion. I have no choice, I have to use it. As soon as Bakugo got close. Izuku, forgive me, Bakugo. Izuku sprung and delivered a fearsome Shoryuken uppercut, connecting with Bakugo's jaw. A slight crack could be heard, indicating that it was indeed a clean, hard strike. Bakugo was sent flying and was now unconscious from the blow. The fight was over. Izuku had bested Bakugo, as well as the past memories that haunted him. He then collapsed to the floor, still conscious but tired and still feeling the burn of his enemy's blast. UA ground beta fake building Izuku's POV. All I could do was lie on the floor and stare at the ceiling, wind coming from the gaping hole in the building, blowing me gently. Kaken was opposite me, still unconscious. The Shoryuken really did a number on him. I think his jaw is broken judging by that cracking sound when I connected. I was lucky to have timed that perfectly. If he was any closer, the injury could have been worse. For Ryu, after all, used the same technique to cut open Muay Thai legend Sagat's chest. I slowly tried to get up, my body still somewhat wobbly after being at the end of a massive blast. Using the wall as support, I was able to stand. Then, I heard a familiar voice coming my way, along with rapid footsteps. Momo, running towards Izuku. As Momo came face to face with me, she wrapped her arms around me tightly, tears straining her face as she buried her face in my chest. Momo crying, Izuku. I thought I lost you. It thought you died. Don't scare me like that ever, please. Izuku in a soothing voice. It's okay, Momo. I'm fine. Everything is okay. Wraps his arms around her narrator's POV. The two simply held each other as Momo slowly calmed down, both basking in the warmth of the other before they separated, both blushing but paying no mind to it. Picking up Bakugo, they then met up with Ida and exited the building, with Ida carrying Bakugo and Momo helping Izuku, who was still somewhat struggling to stand. Once they had reached the observation room, Izuku took a seat on the floor, not wanting to stand any longer on his wobbly legs, and attempted to make himself comfortable on the hard surface. Momo, who had noticed Izuku looking uncomfortable on the floor, sat down next to him and put his head on her lap. Both began blushing furiously. Izuku and Momo. What are you doing? Shocked Momo, embarrassed, while looked uncomfortable on the floor, so I thought this would be more comfortable for why. I am sore Izuku, don't be. I never said no now did I. Both blushed even harder at the statement, but then smiled at each other before just rolling with it. All might, ahem. The duo then looked up to see the whole class staring at them. Both became even more embarrassed but still stayed in their current position. All might, good job. That was a well-fought battle. Now, can someone tell me who the MVP of this match was? Kaminari, shouldn't the MVP be Midoriya? He defeated Bakugo one-on-one. Izuku, somewhat weakly due to being tired, actually, I'd say Momo was the MVP. Whilst I was able to take down Bakugo, it caused unnecessary damage to the building and could have cost lives. Momo, however, was able to sneak through undetected, and despite her concern for me, she was able to remain calm and capture Ida whilst he was distracted, avoiding causing any damage. Momo was shocked that Izuku would pick her as the MVP instead of herself. Momo, how can one person be so selfless? Izuku, you really are special. Blushes lightly whilst looking down at Izuku on her lap. All might. Indeed, young Midoriya. Young Yaoyorozu should be the MVP for the reasons you have explained. As for you, young Ida, though you were easily beaten, you tried with what you had, and for that I commend you. Now the three of you should go to Recovery Girl's office. Bakugo needs attending to, and Midoriya, you might want to get your burns healed. The three then proceeded to go to Recovery Girl's office, Ida carrying Bakugo once again. Bakugo's jaw and other injuries was healed, but he was still unconscious. Izuku was also healed, but felt somewhat drowsy due to how Recovery Girl's healing worked. Ida and Momo were fine due to not being involved in combat. The three then made their way back to the observation room to see the other fights. As they were watching, Momo brought Izuku back to her lap, an act which saw no complaints from the green-haired cinnamon roll, and left them both blushing but extremely happy. As they watched the fights, Momo subconsciously played with Izuku's hair. He sighed happily in response. Whilst the fights were going on, the rest of the class couldn't help but notice the two and how close they were. Most of class. They should totally be a couple. Time skipped to end of day. Outside of UA Izuku's POV, I was making my way out of UA, having just talked to Kaken. Flashback, I saw Bakugo leaving Recovery Girl's office and decided to talk to him. Izuku, hey Kaken. Bill stops in his tracks. What do you want? Izuku, look. I just want to clear up the fact that I never looked down upon you. In fact, I looked up to you. You were amazingly talented, and you still are. But your ego is getting in the way and you're not thinking straight. I just want you to know, part of me still wants to be friends with you, like we were before. Bakugo. Listen, Izuku. Shocking Izuku by using his first name instead of Deku, I have tasted humility for the first time today. I won't ever taste it again. The next time we fight, you're going down. Izuku, I will await the challenge. And with that, he walked away. Back to present time, it seems like we are getting better. He didn't call me Deku, so that's a start I guess. As I was walking, I heard a familiar angelic voice. Momo, Izuku. Turning around, I only got engulfed in another warm hug from Momo. I've been getting a lot of these recently. And to be honest, I could get used to this. Izuku, hey Momo. Smiles shyly. Momo blushes. I just wanted to thank you for nominating me as MVP. It really meant a lot to me. Izuku, it's no problem. You deserved it. Momo, oh yeah. Before I go. She quickly created a small piece of paper and wrote something on it. Momo, here, my phone number. Message me whenever. See you later. Izuku waves and walks away with a calm blush on her face. Izuku, bye Momo. Also waves, also blushing. After that exchange I made my way put of UA to go home. Narrator's POV. Both made their way to their respective homes, a single thought going through their minds. Both, Momo/Izuku, I love you. Narrator's POV. When Izuku got home, he explained his day to his mother and his M-star. He had also gotten news that Ryu had got an apartment next door thanks to the income from being a teacher at the dojo. Toshinori surprising popped in again, though this time he was joining for dinner. It was a nice dinner, with Toshinori explaining how happy he was with Izuku's performance and humble nature. Ryu could only smile and be proud of his student and his longing for self-improvement. Ryu, the kid starting to grow into his own. He's matured and now is standing up to his fears. However, not all of it was perfect, at least from Izuku's point of view. Toshinori, by the way Izuku, about you and young Yaoyorozu. You totally like her, right? Izuku, Inko, wait. My Izuku likes someone. Very curious. Ryu wouldn't lie. He was also curious as to who he might like. Izuku, no mom, it isn't L like T. Embarrassed Toshinori, nonsense. If you didn't like her like that, then explain why you were so happy when your head was on her lap. Smirks and shows picture of incident. Inko, eyes bulging out in excitement. WWW, that's so cute. My little boy has a girlfriend. Izuku, she's not my girlfriend. I'll admit I like her, but come on, she isn't going to get together with me. She's a Yaoyorozu, part of a rich and successful family. And then you have me, quirkless. I won't even get accepted in the first place. The mood suddenly got somber. Izuku finished his food and went to his room, deep in thought. Ryu then finished up his meal and went to go check on him, leaving Inko and Toshinori to talk. Knocking in the door, Ryu heard a faint come in and entered the room. Ryu, you okay, kid? Izuku, I'll be fine. I've gone through worse. Ryu then took a seat next to him on Izuku's bed. There are some things in life which are just unpredictable. No one can call what will happen until it actually does. So don't lose too much hope. Izuku, thanks sensei. I really needed that, smiles Ryu, smiles back. Don't mention it, kid. Now go to bed, you still have school. Izuku, remembering something, actually there's something I need to do. Don't stay up too late though. I'm going to my apartment now, I'll see you for tomorrow. Don't forget to do your meditation and kata tomorrow morning. Izuku, hi sensei. Ryu then proceeded to leave the room. Izuku went to his chair and pulled out a piece of paper from one of his blazer's pockets, the piece of paper with Momo's number. He got his phone from the desk and decided to message her. Izuku, hey Momo. It's me Izuku. Not getting a reply back, he thought that she was asleep and was about to get ready for bed, until his phone vibrated. Momo, hey Izuku. Thanks again for nominating me as MVP. Izuku. Once again it was no biggie. You deserved it today Momo. Smiling face with smiling eyes. So then what you up to? Izuku, just had dinner. Momo, same. They then continued to message each other for a good hour, both thoroughly enjoying talking to the other. Noticing that it was late, they both decided to call it a night and said their goodbyes and see you tomorrows. Izuku then put the phone down on his desk. Before he went to bed though, his mother had entered the room. Inko, hey sweetie. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for brining it up. I didn't know your feelings were so strong. Izuku, it's okay mom. I feel better. Inko, well that's good. If you want my opinion though, I think she also likes you judging by how she looked in that photograph and how cute you two look together. And by the way, she is appealing, you've got yourself a nice lady. winks and walks away to go to bed. Izuku blushed heavily as expected. Thinking that it was enough for one day, he dozed off to sleep, the image of a certain black-haired beauty occupying his mind. He did have to agree, she really is appealing. During meditation narrator's POV, Ryu was sitting still, deep in meditation, when he heard an all too familiar voice. So boy, you're still teaching the kid. It's just like your you're becoming weak by focusing your energy on a mere child whilst I grow stronger by the second. Ryu, your philosophy of getting stronger differs greatly from mine. You have failed to convert me to the Satsui no Heido time and time again. You won't succeed if you try anymore. Akuma, you think I don't realize that? Fool, you may have the power of Mu no Ken, but I have reached levels far beyond human comprehension. There is no more escape route. Soon we will meet fists yet again, and that shall be the last time we will. Akuma then finally reveals himself, but instead of red hair he had white. He also lost the top part of his GI. But his aura was terrifying. This was no mere cosmetic change. Ryu was shocked at Akuma's form. Akuma, do you see it, boy? Can you feel it? Wait, This is what I can achieve. This is the true power of the Satsui no Heido. And this form shall bring your demise. Ryu, your new form is certainly powerful, but that will not stop me. You have obtained this power, but at what cost? By shredding your own humanity. That is not the way of the ultimate warrior, and I will prove it. I will defeat you. Akuma, so be it, boy. Once we meet, we'll see if your fists proven the truth of your words. Both heaven and earth, light and dark, shall meet in a clash to the death, and only one shall be declared Emstar of the fist. Humanity has no use for me. Humanity is only a burden. It shall be the cause of your doom. Akuma's voice faded away as Ryu exited out of his meditation. Ryu, if that is what fate has in store for me, then I must brave the challenge. If my next fight with Akuma shall be my last, so be it. He then decided to go bed. After completing his nightly routine, he fell into a dreamless sleep. You at Class 1A Izawa. Alright class. I saw the highlights from your trials yesterday. You all did well, though certainly there is room for improvement. As for today, as I want to get it over and done with, you will pick your class president. Kaminari, I keep forget that this is an actual school. Kirishima, oh, pick me as class president. Mina, no, pick me. Eventually the whole class became a chorus of pick-me's, except for Todoroki, Izuku, Momo, and Aizawa, who had fallen asleep in his bag. Ida, enough class. This chorus won't do. We should decide who is the class president and vice president via voting. Mineta, but won't everyone vote for themselves? Izuku, if you're trustworthy enough, others will vote for you. But of course you can't vote for yourself. They defeats the purpose of an election. Everyone seemed to be in agreement with the idea and voted on their choice for class president. Once all the results were tallied up, the outcome was revealed. Izuku Midoriya Momo Yaoyorozu Tenya Ida. Izuku shocked, why me? The class simply looked at him weirdly. He didn't seem too happy about being class president. Izuku, realizing that the class was giving him looks, oh, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just I don't think I'm cut out to be a leader. Momo, noticing Izuku's discomfort in the position, then, if it's okay with the rest of the class, I'll swap it Izuku as class president whilst Izuku is vice. Ida, I don't mind. If it's okay with Midoriya then you can. Izuku, I'd prefer that. Thank you Momo. With that Izuku and Momo stood at the front of the class. Both, we hope we do well. We will try our best. Just pretend Izuku isn't nervous like that Aizawa. Then it's settled. Yaoyorozu and Midoriya are president and vice president of the class. Both of you will have to write up a quirk. Report, by the way, on everyone in the class. Submit it to me by end of tomorrow latest. Doesn't matter how you do it. The two simply nodded in response. Aizawa, now then on with the lesson. Fast forward to lunch. Izuku, hey Momo. Do you want to work on the report whilst we eat? I'm not that hungry so I can write it up. Momo, sure, what are we waiting for? They then went to the cafeteria. Izuku went and found a free table whilst Momo got her food. They then worked on the report quickly, made easy by Izuku's hero journal, as he had made some notes on everyone in his class in that journal. Soon they would be joined by Ida and Achiko, and they would engage in conversation whilst Izuku wrote the report up. He then got the report finished. All except one entry. His own. Momo, Izuku, what about you? You need to be in the report as well. Izuku, does it make much sense for me to though? I don't have a quirk. Forgetting that Ida and Achiko are there, both Ida and Achiko. Wait, Izuku? Don't shout it. I don't want the whole school knowing. Achiko, but then how are you able to use fireballs? Izuku, here let me give you the short version of it. When I was 4 I was diagnosed as quirkless, which is still the case. But 10 months before the entrance exam, I met someone. He was a practitioner of ki, our inner energy. That fireball attack is called the Hadouken, and I created by channeling my own inner energy and condensing it into a fireball. Anyone can use ki, but it takes intense training to be able to use it effectively, and years to MSTR it. I can still grow stronger than this, but I don't know how long it will take. The other 3 were somewhat shocked by this information. Momo, I guess that clears up my question about what you meant by being quirkless. Ida, wait. So you're naturally this strong. Midoriya, you ate truly amazing. Simply in awe. Achiko, speechless. Izuku, please just call me Izuku. We are friends after all. Izuku filled in his section of the report and the 4 were about to head to their next class, until Security Breach Code 3. The class started to panic and chaos ensued. Izuku, taking a look outside, saw that it was just the press. Seeing the unnecessary rampage of students, he quickly went to Achiko. Izuku, Achiko, quick lift me up. Though somewhat confused about the idea, she lifted him up high above the rest of the students. Izuku, everyone calm down. It's just the press, there is nothing to worry about. This rampage was unnecessary and unsafe. Everyone then looked outside to see that it was indeed just the press, and returned to their normal routine, though not before Class A looked at Izuku with pride. Class? And he says he isn't a leader. But little did they know that it wasn't just the press. In fact, it was something much worse. Elsewhere, Soldier, Sergeant Guile. We detected one of the members of our target group sneaking into this academy. Guile, track that person all the way through. He may get us to where we need to be. Soldier, sir. He's just vanished. We can't track him anymore. Guile, damn it. There goes that idea, ponders, continue looking for any more signals. I should call Chun-Li and Cammy over here, tell them we may have a lead on Shadowloo. The American fighter went to go give a ring to his 2 friends. UA Class 1A Narrator's POV, Aizawa, alright class. Today we're going on a trip to USJ to do some rescue training. Everyone got excited at the mention of USJ, they couldn't wait to see what was in store for them. Aizawa, but before that, a word from our president and vice president. Izuku and Momo then went up to the center of the class. Momo, it was good to see that no one was injured from the security breach yesterday. However, there are some concerns with how we handled said breach. Izuku, in particular the way we rampaged across the room was both unnecessary and also unsafe. On situations like this we all need to exit quickly, but calmly as well. Momo, with that though, let's enjoy our lessons at the USJ today. The duo then went back to their seats whilst the class applauded them, clearly happy with their choice for class president and vice president. Aizawa, alright then. Pack your bags and get changed. You can wear your hero costumes if you want, or just your gym clothes. Then meet me outside in front of the bus. With that, everyone went and got changed, with most opting to go with their hero costumes. Yui, outside bus. Ida, okay everyone. Line up and enter the bus in an orderly fashion. Sweat drops. Aida. It's okay, I can take it from here. Turns attention to class. Okay everyone. You can sit next to whoever you want so long as you ain't doing anything bad. One at a time enter the bus now. One by one the class started to fill the bus, until it was just Izuku, Momo and Aizawa outside of it. Aizawa, good job Izuku. Now both of you get in the bus. They did just that, entering the bus. However, as they entered, they saw only 2 seats were available and were right next to each other. Izuku blushes. Well, you and Momo, would you like to sit tea together? Momo, also blushing, why sure. They then took their seat, unable to look at each other due to their faces being bright red. Aizawa, okay problem children. We're heading off. It's gonna take 2 hours to get there, so have a nap if you want. Or whatever, just don't be loud. Momo had looked over at Izuku, who was looking out of a window, and decided to try something. Sleep was sounding pretty enticing. Momo yawns. Izuku turns to Momo. You should get some sleep, Momo. I'll wake you up when we get there. Momo, thanks Izuku. She then gently laid her head on Izuku's shoulder, before falling asleep. Izuku, understandably, was a blushing mess, his face more red than Kirishima's hair. Izuku, and Momo. No response. Izuku then sighed, his emotions tugging at his heart. Should he wake her up? Should he let her sleep on his shoulder? Ultimately, he decided to go with the latter option. She did look cute sleeping after all. He couldn't will himself to wake her up. Besides, he also could use some sleep. He then wrapped his right arm around Momo, bringing her closer to him, and leaned his head on hers, and went to sleep. Unbeknownst to him, Momo was still awake, and was ecstatic about her current position. She nuzzled further in, getting comfortable, and joined him in sleep. Both were soundly asleep in each other's warmth, a smile on both of their faces accompanied by a light tint of red on their cheeks. The class saw this but said nothing of it. After all, it was pretty obvious they liked each other. They simply took a photograph and then proceeded to mind their own business. Elsewhere, Kuguroji. How much longer until they arrive? Man named Kurojiri, not much longer. Good, All Might, today you will fall. Evil grin. Izuku woke up 5 minutes before they reached Ji. Glancing towards his shoulder, he saw Momo still sleeping on his shoulder, and his arms still wrapped around her. Izuku, did I really just do that? What am I thinking? God, I really am mad in love with her. The cinnamon roll continued to let Momo sleep, as he pulled out his hero journal and wrote some notes in typical Izuku fashion. Later on, they had finally reached their destination. Aizawa, okay problem children. We've arrived at USJ. Everyone began to start heading out of the bus. Izuku gently tapped Momo to wake her up. She slowly started to open her eyes and turned to see Izuku. Izuku, Momo, we're here. She simply nodded in response and stretched her limbs out. Both her and Izuku proceeded to leave the bus. Izuku, so then Momo, how was your nap? Blushing Momo, really good actually. Also blushes, remembering what she did, that was actually the best sleep in my life. Izuku, blush grows more intense, I am glad. They then rejoined with the rest of the group. Aizawa, took you too long enough. Mina, wow. Look at this place. Dash, amazing right? Welcome to USJ, or the unforeseen simulation joint. Achiko, oh my god. It's Space Hero 13. For Izuku though, he was awfully on edge. Momo, Izuku, is something wrong? Izuku, something feels off. Mr. Aizawa, I'm sensing a lot of dark energy right now. Aizawa, shocked and somewhat worried, are you sure? Izuku, also worried, I don't know. The air suddenly got colder, which means someone else might be here. Suddenly, a portal could be seen and 2 figures emerged out. Kaminari, cool. Fake villains too. Aizawa, those are not fake, they are real villains. Everybody get back. Shigaraki, I don't see All Might anywhere. The database clearly said he would be here. Aizawa, so you were the ones that broke in. Shigaraki, oh look, it's Eraserhead and his class. I guess All Might decided to change his plans. Well, maybe if we kill his students he will come. The majority of the class was terrified, only in the first year, and they are already encountering villains. Aizawa, 13. Get everyone out of there. Ida, run to UA and get help. Kurojiri, I'm afraid I cannot allow you to leave. He then opened portals, warping many of the students to all over the facility. Izuku wrapped his arms around Momo and held her tightly, in an attempt to prevent them from being SCKE in. However, the pull was too strong, and both were warped alongside 𝐮𝐬, leaving only Eraserhead and 𝐒𝐻𝐵. Iida had managed to get away using his engine quirk and ran for UA. 𝐒𝐻𝐵, I let one of them get away. No matter, they will all be finished soon. With Izuku, Momo, and 𝐮𝐬 narrators' POV, Izuku, Momo and 𝐮𝐬 were in free fall, heading towards the floor. A large thud could be heard as they landed. 𝐮𝐬 and Izuku were the first ones to get up, shortly followed by Momo. They then noticed their current position, the frost zone of USJ, and surrounded by henchmen everywhere. Izuku, we have to hurry and get back. Get ready to fight. Gets into stance without warning. Izuku quickly dashed towards the soldiers and took them down one by one. Momo and 𝐮𝐬 joined in the effort, Momo creating a bow staff for both of them, taking down their own share of baddies. They were able to take most of them down, and were about to make their way back, when a soldier suddenly appeared. Izuku, Momo, watch out. Momo saw the man just in time. The man sliced his sword upward and she managed to just barely dodge, her clothes getting torn up. Izuku then quickly kicked him away and knocked him out. He then scouted the area to see if there were any remaining enemies. Not noticing any, he was about to turn back, before quickly realizing what happened and turning back again. Izuku, Momo, your clothes. Momo then looked at her clothes, only to see it destroyed. She quickly covered herself and blushed furiously. She tried creating a new set of clothes but, Momo, oh no, I can't make clothes, it's too cold and it's interrupting the quirk process. In tears, 𝐮𝐬 quickly went over her to comfort her. Izuku could only feel sorry for her, until he got an idea. Removing the top half of his GI, Izuku then took of his full-sleeve t-shirt which he wore underneath. He then went towards Momo. Izuku hands Momo his t-shirt. Here Momo. Wear my t-shirt. I know it's not ideal but I'm not going to let you feel embarrassed and upset, not to mention cold. Momo took the t-shirt with gratitude. He then turned around to allow Momo some privacy, putting back on the top half of his GI. Once she was finished, Izuku turned back around, only to be met with a hug from Momo. Momo, thank you Izuku. Izuku, anytime Momo. Anytime, wraps his arms around her. 𝐮𝐬 only smiled at the scene, but remembered that they had somewhere to be. 𝐮𝐬, come on. We've got somewhere to be. The other two separated and nodded and made their way back. They were able to regroup with the others and were near where they were separated, only to be horrified by the sight in front of them. Earlier with Aizawa and 𝐒𝐻𝐵, not bad Eraserhead. Not bad. But, why don't you try fight this? Points to a portal. Opening out of that portal came a monster, a humanoid-like figure with a bird-like head. Shigaraki, Gnome. Lay waste to this fool. The beast named Nomu went straight for Aizawa. The pro-hero tried stopping him, but his attempts were futile as he was being destroyed by the Nomu. Shigaraki, fool. Nomu was made to be stronger than All Might. You have no chance of victory. Aizawa, screaming in pain. Back to present time. Aizawa was laying there, crushed under the Nomu's relentless pressure, crying out in pain. Izuku quickly charged forward and kicked the Nomu off Aizawa, no longer able to see his teacher in such a state. Izuku determined face. Your opponent is me now. Aizawa was laying there, crushed under the Nomu's relentless pressure, crying out in pain. Izuku quickly charged forward and kicked the Nomu off Aizawa. Izuku determined face. Your opponent is me now. Class, wait, what? Shigaraki. This kid is really out of his mind. Fine then, if you want to play, game on. Laughs maniacally Momo. Izuku, don't do it. Please, Iida is bringing help, it's not worth it. Scared for Izuku. Momo, I'll be fine. But I can't allow them to cause any more havoc to anyone else. Until the pro-heroes come, I'll hold it off. Momo, Izuku please. Izuku, someone tend to Mr. Aizawa please whilst I fight. Kirishima then took Aizawa back to the gate area, away from harm's way. Without warning, Izuku dashed towards the Nomu and delivered a Tatsumaki Senpyaku to its face. He then proceeded to combo the Nomu before delivering a fierce Shoryuken uppercut. The Nomu fell back only to get right back up. Izuku then prepared a full-power Hadouken, looking to end it quickly. Izuku, Shinku, the Nomu charged towards Izuku at full force. As it got close, Izuku, 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. It made direct contact with the Nomu. But the Nomu just kept going. Izuku, what the dash? The Nomu then ravaged Izuku, grabbing him by the head and slamming him onto the floor face first. Izuku cried out in pain as it continued its pummeling. Momo, crying, Izuku. Todoroki and Bakugo charged in to get the Nomu off Izuku. Todoroki froze the Nomu whilst Bakugo blasted it off. But though there were visible wounds just a moment ago on the Nomu, they were no longer there. Shigaraki, ha! You can't defeat Nomu with your power. He has shock absorption and regeneration. Knock it down and it will keep coming back. The Nomu then started to overwhelm Bakugo and Todoroki, severely injuring them and rendering them unable to fight. Shigaraki, good Nomu good. Now go after the girl. She's making my ears bleed with her whining. Izuku, who was forced to hear all this whilst barely able to move, could only plead. No. Don't touch her. Shigaraki, look at you barely able to stand for your life. It's over, Nomu go and kill the girl quickly. The Nomu charged towards Momo and the rest of the group. All paralyzed in fear. All of a sudden something snapped within Izuku, flames visible in his pupils. Izuku in anger, don't you dare touch them. Don't you go anywhere near her. Greya. Izuku was then engulfed in a beam of red light. Everyone there stopped in their tracks to see what happened. The beam slowly faded away to reveal a deep crater, as well as a figure enveloped in a red and black aura. With Ryu, this presence. It's familiar. Ryu then realized what happened, and his eyes widened in fear. Ryu, Izuku. Don't tell me. Elsewhere Akuma was meditating when he felt the same disturbance. This power. Could it be? Shigaraki, who the hell are you? You seem interesting. Nomu, provide some entertainment and kill him. The Nomu went straight for the man. However, he had other ideas. You ugly beast. Feel the wrath of 100 demons. Mesasu. The figure then dashed towards the Nomu at insane speed. Then everything went black as the sounds of fists making contact and the roars of pain from the Nomu could be heard. Shigaraki/class, what the hell is happening? Light was then restored, only to reveal the Nomu lying on the ground motionless whilst the figures simply stood there. Shigaraki horrified and shocked, Nomu. Why you cheat? You cheater. Who the hell are you? The figure simply turned around, revealing a familiar face. This power has arisen at last. I am Izuku Midoriya, and the ultimate power has awakened within me. Momo shocked in realization, Tokoyami, wait that's Midoriya. Bakugo, wait what? When did Deku get so powerful? Todoroki, wait, something's off. Look at him. As they took another look at Izuku. His eyes were no longer normal but black with red pupils. His hair also became red, and his GI was a dark blue and torn. The most obvious change though was a giant burning hole in his chest and similarly glowing marks in his back. Shigaraki, DMNU. I will kill you. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲, let me handle this. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 teleported straight towards Izuku and tried to assault him by throwing a blade at the back of his neck. It hit and sunk in, but Izuku stayed as he was. He then pulled it without even wincing. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 shocked, how is this possible? Humans should not be alive after that. Izuku, I have transcended beyond humanity fool. The power of the Satsui no Hado is beyond your understanding. Allow me though to give you a sample. He then quickly dashed towards 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 and delivered a devastating punch, sending him flying towards Shigaraki. Shigaraki, DMNU, charges towards Izuku. Izuku punched Shigaraki straight on the jaw. Izuku, Shoryuken. He delivered a fierce Shoryuken uppercut, shattering Shigaraki's mask. BLD spewed all over the floor, Shigaraki, SBLD to be precise. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲, Emnerino. Shigaraki, 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. Warp us out of here. Izuku, Izuku charged towards the two villains, prepared to blast them to oblivion. Izuku, I shall send both of you to hell. He then fired a Zanka Hadouken, performing a Hadouken in midair towards where the two were, creating a giant explosion. Once the smoke dissipated, there was a giant crater, with the two villains nowhere in sight, and Izuku standing in it. Izuku, they got away. Izuku then took a look at his hands drenched in BLD. Izuku, this Hado. Its power is limitless. It grants me unspeakable power. Gray area. More BLD, more violence. This Hado only desires a death match, no less. Momo, looking from a distance, seeing Izuku's bloodlust. Izuku no. Momo ran straight to Izuku, much to the protest of the class, but she didn't care. She hated seeing her crush, no. The person she loves, this violent. It isn't who he is at all. She ran up to him and hugged him from behind. Momo, in tears, Izuku, stop this. Feeling a presence holding him, Izuku turned around, preparing to punch whoever was holding him. Izuku, Jirei. Momo, please Izuku, stop, this isn't like you. He didn't seem to listen, and Momo braced herself for the attack. It never came. Izuku and Momo. Momo looked up to see Izuku's eyes change back to their usual green color. Suddenly all of the dark aura around him dissipated, and he returned to his normal state. Pretend that Sakura is Momo and Ryu is Izuku. He dropped to his knees and simply stared at the ceiling, whilst Momo cried on his chest, hugging him even tighter. All Izuku felt right now was fear of himself and the power within him, and soon enough, he began to weep his own tears. Izuku, Momo. I'm sorry. Sniff Momo, shush Bibaka, sniff, let me stay like this. Sniff. The two simply held each other, afraid to let go and lose the other person, and cried their emotions out, both frightened from the recent events. Narrator's POV. The pro-heroes finally arrived and had scooted everyone out of the building. Izuku had fallen unconscious out of pure fatigue, and Momo refused to leave his side. All Might, what happened here? Where are the villains? Tokoyami, well, they got away, but our main concern should be Midoriya. Points at Izuku and Momo and Aizawa-sensei. All Might and the other pros saw the state of both Izuku and Aizawa and immediately started to worry about the villain threat. Izuku and Aizawa were taken to see Recovery Girl to get their wounds treated, though Momo was reluctant to leave Izuku before realizing that she can see him when she gets back. The rest of the class then were questioned about what had happened. After explaining the events, the police thanked them for their courage and bravery and headed off. The class then proceeded to return to UA. On the way there, Shoji, that power that Midoriya showed, it was immense. Kaminari, yeah, but it was also terrifying. Did you see how bloodlust he was? Mineta, he looked like a total villain. Why is he in the hero course? Momo, who had heard the conversation go by, lashed out at Mineta. Momo, emotional, Izuku has every right to be in this class. Without him, all of us would be dead. You all don't even know what happened to him and you're already labeling him as a villain. Izuku couldn't control himself because he didn't want us hurt. He stepped up to a beast made to kill All Might just to protect us. What have you done, Mineta, other than perving around and being a coward? Izuku deserves to be in the hero course when people like you are also in it. Begins crying. Jiru went to her best friend and hugged her, trying to calm her down. The mood became very somber and reflective, with everyone, even Bakugo, hoping that their friendly cinnamon roll and vice president was okay, and thanked him for his efforts. With Izuku was in his ward, still unconscious. However, inside his mind there was another battle going on. Evil Izuku, did you feel it? The power, the might. Izuku, I felt it. Evil Izuku, and yet still you resist the urge to accept me. Izuku, you are pure evil. You hunt for BLD and self-satisfaction. That's not what I strive for. Evil Izuku, you fool. Ideals have no such place in this world. Only the strong matter. And besides, face reality. If you didn't tap into the Satsue no Hado, you class and that girl you love so much would be dead at the hands of that wretched beast. Izuku, enough. I won't accept you. I won't accept that you're a part of me. Evil Izuku, like it or not, you have no choice. I am a part of you and always will be. I am the lifeblood of the Ansatsuken. You will see soon enough that it is futile to resist. It is your destiny. Izuku and all. Izuku then jolted up from his slumber, reflecting on the events that transpired. Izuku, what am I becoming? He then took a look around his surroundings, recognizing his current location as Recovery Girl's ward. He also noticed his arm in a cast. Izuku, it must have been broken severely in the fight. I probably didn't notice due to the adrenaline. He then looked across from him, to see Momo sitting on a chair, sleeping, still wearing his t-shirt. Izuku took one long look at her, admiring her, recounting the words of his darker self. If you didn't tap into the 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, you class and that girl you love so much would be dead at the hands of that wretched beast. Izuku knew it was true, but he still didn't want to give in to such soulless power. Izuku, it's too unpredictable. I can't risk it when I nearly hurt her with that same power. Momo slowly opened her eyes, waking up, only to see Izuku alive and awake as well. They simply stared into each other, their eyes saying all that needs to be said, till Momo jumped and hugged him, tears coming down her face. Momo, sniff, I thought I lost you. Sniff Izuku, soothingly, it's okay Momo. I'm okay. I'm just glad you're safe. Holding her with his one arm Momo, sniff, to please. And never do that again. I can't lose you. Izuku, I'm sorry. But I wasn't going to let that thing touch you, not even over my dead body. Momo, why do you care for me so much? Izuku, because Momo, holds Momo's face, I love you. Momo shocked, why? Momo was interrupted by Izuku's lips on hers. Her eyes were wide open in disbelief. The one she loved shared the same love for her and was kissing her. However, her shock quickly dissipated as she closed her eyes and returned the kiss. Both poured out their feelings as they continued to kiss each other passionately. Slowly and reluctantly, they separated for oxygen, a calm blush on both of their faces, alongside a smile. Momo, Izuku, I love you too. They then went for a second round, showing each other just how much they love the other. As they separated, Izuku asked a question that would change their lives forever. Izuku, Momo Yaoyorozu, will you be my girlfriend? Momo, without hesitation, well, that's a no-brainer. Of course I'll be your girlfriend. And with that, they went for round 3. It couldn't have been any more perfect for the both of them. Izuku was later discharged from the ward, though his left arm was in a cast to make sure it healed, as per Recovery Girl's request. Izuku and Momo were walking their way out of UA, holding hands and simply enjoying each other's company. They then saw Momo's limo. Momo, well, that's my stop. Make sure you don't do anything stupid now, okay? Stern face Izuku, yay I know, smiles, okay then, pecks Izuku on the cheek. By Izuku, see you tomorrow, heads towards car. Blushes slightly, by Momo. Izuku then made his way towards home, though he had encountered Ryu along the way. Ryu, Izuku. We need to talk. Izuku realizing what this was about, hi sensei. They made their way back home, and after a bone-crushing hug from his mother, Izuku quickly ate some food and went to his room, accompanied by Ryu. Ryu, so tell me Izuku. What happened? Izuku then proceeded to explain the whole incident at USJ, and how they were attacked by villains. He talked about the Nomu attacking his teacher and how he attempted to hold it off. But most importantly, he talked about his transformation. Izuku, it was utterly terrifying. I lost all voice of reason and went ballistic. All I wanted to see was B. Ryu then realized the cause of the earlier disturbance was in fact true, bringing his fear to fruition. Ryu, Izuku, what you had experienced was the 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, the surge of murderous intent. Narrator's POV, Ryu, the 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 is a form of ki based on the darker aspects of the nature of humanity, such as the longing to survive, conquer, and in some cases even the urge to destroy. It's rooted into all beings, though those more practiced in the art of Ansatsuken are exposed to it more often. There have been stories of those using the Ansatsuken going insane. Those stories are true, and it is all because of the 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. Izuku, so then the form I was in, was that me using the 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸? Shakes his head. Not just using. You were in its influence. Using the 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 in base is possible, though only in small percentages. It's why variations of the Hadouken and Shoryuken that I use have a purple tint. It's because some of the Hado is being used. However, the state you were in was you are unable to control yourself and end up being taken over by it. This state changes you both physically and mentally. Physically, you become a lot more demonic, per se, but most importantly, you mentally become darker and more negative. You suddenly only become obsessed with death, destruction, and power. You lose part of your humanity in the process. Izuku, that explains why I was so power-hungry. But how did I access it? Ryu, when this Nomu beast was about to attack your friend, you felt desperate as well as most importantly rage. The Satsui no Hado for most people can only be accessed through moments of rage and/or desperation. But there is an exception. Izuku, and what is that exception? Ryu, the longing for perfection and depths. If one is too obsessed with being the best out there, the Hado can also be accessed. The most recognized example of this is Akuma, Thesar of the Fist. Though he is also an exception to all of this because he wasn't consumed by the Hado, but instead embraced it, keeping complete control over himself. But more on him later. Anyway, the drive for perfection can be too great, to the point where the Hado will consume you and your humanity. With that in mind, I ask you not to be obsessed with becoming the best hero. Izuku, I see why. To be honest, for me it was never about being the best. It was about just being to help others. And I am proud of you for those ideals. Now that I've talked about the Hado, I need to explain to you about Akuma. Akuma has been after making me submit to the Satsui no Hado ever since he supposedly killed my Emperor. Since then I have been able to MST our self-control and am able to resist the Hado more, but that takes years of training, so don't worry if you cannot do so. Anyway, since I sense the Satsui no Hado in you arise, Akuma has probably felt the same thing. He will try to make you accept the Hado. Izuku, why is that? Why is he so obsessed with making us become one with the Hado? Ryu, simply so he can face a strong opponent. That's the influence the Satsui no Hado has on someone. The biggest longing for any consumed Satsui no Hado user is to have a one-on-one match to the death and prove that they are the best. Whilst I don't know if he will attempt to make you submit, it's likely. Izuku, okay. I understand more about what all this is about now. Thank you for telling me, Mr. Ryu. Ryu, don't thank me, I should have told you this from the start. Anyway, due to this we are going to be doing training to practice control so that you are able to use the Hado without entering the form. We start tomorrow after school. Izuku, hi sensei. Inko, ahu Izuku. Mr. Toshinori is here to talk to you about something. Ryu and Izuku decided to see what was going in and why. Toshinori was here. Izuku, move into dorms. Toshinori, that's right. Since that security breach was in fact due to a villain, UA have decided to bring the students into dorms so that they can be safer together. The villains will most likely be targeting these students, particularly young Midoriya, and so we want to make sure they are in the same place as pro-heroes in case of such events. You don't have to let him go to the dorms, but we would recommend it. Inko, I understand. It's just that I'm going to miss him. Izuku, it's okay, Mom. I'll make sure to visit whenever I can. Inko, you better, mister. Don't you be forgetting about you, Mom. Ryu, Mr. Toshinori, is it okay if I move into the dorms as well? Izuku needs certain training and so it's imperative I be there if possible. Toshinori, I can get something arranged. That won't be an issue. Anyway, I best be on my way then. Oh yeah, by the way, Izuku. Izuku, yeah. Toshinori, congrats on young Yaoyorozu, smirks and then heads off. Inko, so you actually are in a relationship with her. Izuku, sigh, yar. After several hours of interrogation from his mother, Izuku finally got to go pack up and go to bed. Before he slept though, he decided to message his new girlfriend, Momo. Contact, Momo. Hey Momo. Momo immediately replied. Momo, hey Izu. Momo, it's my nickname for you. But, do you not like it? No, it's not like that at all. I love it, red heart Momo. Yay, smiling face with smiling eyes Momo. Hey, did one of the teachers come to your home today to talk about the dorms? Yeah, one of them came Momo. It isn't just me then, yup. I'm there too, beaming face with smiling eyes, Momo. Yup, my sweet cinnamon roll sparkling heart, oh I love you Momo Momo. I love you too Momo. Now go get packing, I'm already one step ahead, Miss President, grinning squinting face, Momo. What? You finished packing? Finished some time ago, Momo. Look at you being productive anyway, go to sleep then. Don't want to be tired when we cuddle now, do you? No, but sleeping with you does sound appealing, Momo. Beating heart, good night Izu. Love you, good night Momo. Love you too, red heart. Izuku then put his phone back on his table and went to fall asleep, eagerly anticipating life in the dorms and with his girlfriend. Izuku, well hasn't my life turned around for the better? Izuku's POV, today is going to be a weird one. I already know that because my mentor is coming to school with me, as we move in the dorms together. Mr. Toshinori dropped by to give Mr. Ryu a pass so he doesn't trigger the security alarm. He had also told us there would be some people who would ask me about what happened. Anyway, after eating breakfast, me and Sensei were ready to depart to UA. Narrator's POV, cause I have priorities over Izuku's smiling face with horns. Inko, it's going to be lonely in here. I'll miss you Izuku. Izuku, Mom don't worry, I'll call you every day. Inko, giggles then looks at Ri. Take care of him for me Ryu. Ri, of course. She then embraced both of them and wished them well. Izuku and Ryu smiled, then waved goodbye as they made their way to UA. However, on the way, Sakura, Ryu-san. Izuku. Ryu and Izuku turned to see Sakura standing there. Sakura, thought you could leave without saying goodbye. Izuku, don't you have to work at the arcade today? Sakura, they are doing some repairs on some machines so they closed it for the day. But when I heard you two were now going to live in UA, I just had to track you down. Sakura then went up to both of them and gave each of them a massive hug. Sakura, I'm going to miss both of you. Izuku, we'll miss you too sis. Looks at the time, we should get going now. See ya Sakura. Both Ryu and Izuku waved as they continued their way into UA, anticipating the road ahead. Izuku saw Momo just at the gates of UA. Forgetting that his mentor was there to see it all, he ran towards her. Izuku, hey Momo. Momo turns around to see Izuku and smiles, Aizu. They embrace each other, happy to see each other again and relishing their newfound relationship. They then separated, a huge smile on their faces. Izuku, it's lovely to see you again Momo. Momo, likewise Aizu, pecks Izuku's cheek causing him to blush. Ryu, so she's the famous love interest of yours Izuku. Nice to finally meet her. Smiles. Izuku could only blush in embarrassment. Izuku, sensei, meet Momo Yaoyorozu. Momo, meet Ryu, my mentor. Momo shocked, Ander. That means I'm the one who trains him so he can do all those attacks. It's a pleasure to meet you. Momo, and no, the pleasure is all mine, bows Ryu. Anyway, we should probably head in. Don't want to be late now, do we? Izuku and Momo nodded and they made their way in. Momo, so Aizu, how come Ryu came with you to UA today? Izuku, it's to do with what happened at USJ. Ryu needs to train me and help, and so in order to do that he's moving into the dorms with us. Momo, makes sense. She then got closer to Izuku, wanting to feel his warmth. Izuku saw this and then wrapped his free arm her, bringing her closer to him as they walked. Ryu could only smile at them. They eventually made their way to Class 1A early. Aizawa was standing outside of the door. Izuku shocked, Aizawa-sensei, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be recovering? Aizawa, the president and vice president are early it seems. It's a good habit to have. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Izuku, thank you for protecting the class. Izuku, it's no problem. Wouldn't be doing my job as vice president if I wasn't making sure people were safe. Aizawa smiled at the comment, happy to call him his student. He then turned towards Ryu. Aizawa, you must be Ryu. I'm Shota Aizawa. It's good to meet you. Ryu, likewise Mr. Aizawa. Aizawa, right? You three can enter in. There are some people who want to ask us questions about the villains we encountered. The trio then entered the class, to see three people conversing with each other, people who Ryu immediately recognized. Ryu, Kamivu, Guile, Uru, Chun. He only smiled, happy to see his friends again. Ryu, sometimes I just keep finding my way to you three, don't I? The three turned to the voice, only to be shocked to see the wandering warrior in front of them. Guile, well, if it isn't the hardest man to find in the world. Smirks and shakes his hand. Ryu, good to see all of you again. You look well. Chun-Li, likewise. Ryu. Izuku and Momo, seeing the reunion, left them be and talked to themselves. Cammy, curious, how come you're here? Ryu. Ryu, well, I'm presuming you're the ones who wanted to know what happened at the incident. I happen to be the mentor of the boy you want to talk to. Guile, you've started having students now. Ryu, he's like us. Not part of this generation of people with quirks. He had a tough life, so I got involved. Turns to see Izuku talking to Momo. Izuku, come here. Izuku turned at the mention of his name and went towards the group with Momo. Chun-Li, you're Izuku Midoriya, right? Izuku, yes ma'am. It's an honor to meet you, bows respectfully. Cammy, he's like a mini Ryu, chuckles Guile. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. Kid, we need to ask you about what happened at USJ. You okay with that? Izuku, I'm okay with it. Momo, Aizu, are you sure? Grabs Izuku's hand. Izuku, I'll be fine. Momo, don't worry. Squeezes Momo's hand to reassure. With that, Izuku began to recount the incident. Narrator's POV, Guile. So Kurohige and Shikagure, huh? Well, we know who to hunt down now. We will take a look at the CCTV footage to confirm their appearance. After explaining the events that transpired at USJ, Izuku and Momo headed to their seats, whilst Guile, Chun-Li and Cammy were prepared to head off. Ryu, it was nice meeting you again. I wish you all the best with your investigation. Cammy, well, knowing how things usually work with us, we will run into each other again sooner or later. Chun-Li, I wish you the best with your student. Ryu, thank you. He's already showing huge promise, but I need to get him to control the Hado. Guile, considering the SHT you have pulled, you'll be able to do it sooner or later. Anyway, we should get going. See you around. Ryu. The trio then left the room and headed out. As soon as they left, more students started to come into the class, immediately spotting Ryu and questioning his presence. Mina, who are you if you don't mind me asking? Bajiro, no way. It's the wandering warrior Ryu. Bakugo, what? Is he some big shot hero or something? Confused Ojiro, no, but he's possibly the single greatest martial artist to ever live. Ryu, I wouldn't go that far, but thank you for the compliment. My name is, as the gentleman said, Ryu. Mina, what's your quirk? Achiko, are you going to be teaching us today? Ryu, to answer you questions, no, I am not your teacher today. And I am quirkless if you really want to know. Class except Izuku and Momo. Aizawa then enters the class. Aizawa, why are you all being so loud? Class, Aizawa-sensei. Aizawa, geez, stop shouting. Glares at them. Before you start asking what I'm doing here, don't worry about me, that's the least of your concerns at the moment. As you know, you're going to be moving into your dorms today. You also won't have school for 2 weeks, as we're going to be fixing the security. However, your fight isn't over yet. Toru, more villains. Scared Aizawa, the sports festival is coming up. So we are giving you 3rd week off so you can prepare. You have 3 weeks to train, use it wisely. Mineta, but isn't it risky to hold the sports festival? Izuku, one doesn't simply cancel the sports festival. It's one of the biggest events in all of Japan, and for us students it's a chance to impress the other pro heroes. We can't miss it. Aizawa, sometimes Midoriya, I wonder why you think you're not good enough to be class president. Anyway, today we're gonna get you settled into your dorms. So get your stuff and follow me. The class then got their stuff and got to the floor with some of the dorm rooms. Aizawa, okay, I've got this diagram with the layout of the rooms. Take a look at it and see what room you're in. Your stuff should already in the room. The class then took a look at the layout, wanting to know who was near their dorm room. Conveniently, Izuku and Momo were on the same floor. Ryu's room was also on the same floor. Aizawa, right? You know where your dorm room is. Get your stuff set up. I'll explain how the dorms will work later. With that, everyone set off to set up their room. Momo gave Izuku a quick goodbye kiss as she went to her own room. Izuku, as usual, was blushing. Chuckles at the scene. I don't have much to set up. So I can help you and then we can start training early. Izuku, hi sensei. I'd appreciate that. Fortunately, Izuku didn't have much to set up either, so the job was done quickly. Izuku decided to go help Momo with setting up, as he had an idea which Ryu thought was quite good. Izuku, hey Ryu. Could I train Momo and help her improve her combat skills? Sure. I think that's a good idea. It will help her in the long run. And so Izuku decided to help her with her training. If she accepts, of course. Izuku, hey Momo. I wanted to help you and train you in helping you combat hand to hand. If you accept, of course. Momo, touched by Izuku's longing to help, Izuku. He's so caring of everyone that he's willing to help me. I'm lucky to call on my boyfriend. I'd love that, Izuku. Izuku, great. We will start tomorrow, okay? Now let's go watch a movie together. We should rest for today and I want to spend time with you. Blushes but smiles Momo. Blushes, well, what are we waiting for? Let's go watch that movie. Smiles. They put on a movie in Momo's room and sat on her bed, huddling together like they did on the bus on that fateful incident, with the same smile plastered on their face. Ryu had popped in to check what happened, only to see them cuddling together and enjoying their time with each other. He could only smile at the scene. They were simply adorable. They had later arrived for dinner with the others, only to go straight back and spend more time together. It was starting to get late. Momo had gotten herself ready for bed, her hair down. Izuku was about to head out to his dorm room, but Momo had other ideas and grabbed his arm. Momo, Izu, stay. Izuku, are you sure, Momo? Momo nodded, please. Momo then dragged Izuku under the covers and snuggled up to him. They were about to doze off when Ryu had sent a message on Izuku's phone. Ryu, Izuku, I know you're gonna sleep with Yaoyorozu. Just remember to wake up in time for training. Good night. Rest well. Izuku slightly blushed, but simply took a mental note of the message and then told Momo about it. He then rejoined Momo and was prepared to go to sleep. Momo, good night Izu, kisses Izuku's jaw, I love you. He blushes but smiles good night Momo. Kisses her forehead, I love you too. Momo simply smiled and blushed in response, as they fell into a peaceful slumber, enjoying the warmth the other gave. Not even the evil force of the Satsue no Hado could haunt Izuku that night. Narrator's POV. Izuku woke up the next day early, ready to start his training. However, as he woke up, he noticed his arms were around a very appealing woman who was sleeping peacefully on her chest. Izuku recounted yesterday's events and only smiled. He would never have expected to have a girlfriend ever, let alone so soon. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't marvel at the scene. He had to wake Momo up for training. Izuku whispers into Momo's ears, Momo. Time to wake up. We have training today. Momo had heard this, it seemed, as she was slowly opening her eyes and rubbing them adorably. Momo yawns, morning Izu. Izu, morning Momo, kisses her forehead earning a giggle from her, slept well. Momo nuzzles into Izuku's chest, very. Come on. We're starting training today. Go get ready and I'll make some breakfast, okay? Momo, albeit a little sad she didn't get to spend more time cuddling with Izuku, simply nodded. The two went to go get ready, Momo putting on the school gym clothes and Izuku putting on his training gi which he got from Ryu. Once Izuku got ready, he prepared a simple breakfast of eggs and toast. Momo arrived when it was ready, and the two ate together. Later they would be joined by Ryu, who was eating some oats. After breakfast, they made their way to an open field to train. Completing their daily exercises as warm-up, it was time for the real challenge to begin. All right, Momo. We're going to start on improving your stance and mobility. Your stance in particular should cover up potential weaknesses, so we should work on that first. I will also demonstrate a kata for you to do every day. Got it? Momo had nodded in response. Izuku, as for you, I want you to try bring out the Hado within you slowly. Meditate and try to draw that power out into just your fists. Don't try to suppress it, but don't open yourself fully to it. Izuku, hi sensei. Training begins now. Indeed it did begin. For Momo, her stance and mobility were showing improvement. However, it was very tiring, with Ryu making her think quickly on the spot by attacking her with a variety of attacks, all at different speeds, ranges and angles. She was definitely not finding it easy in the slightest. As for Izuku, releasing the 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐸 proved to be more difficult than originally though. He had tried releasing the 𝐸𝐸 slowly to reduce the chances of him being taken over, but he didn't manage to access it. It was as if there was a part of him which still tried to contain the 𝐸𝐸. However, over the weeks of training there were clear signs of development. Momo was now much more capable in hand-to-hand combat, and was also well experienced with a bow staff. Izuku had helped her with her creation quirk training and was able to lower the impacts of the downsides. Izuku meanwhile was starting to be able to use more of the 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐸𝐸 in his attacks. He was able to perform the Metsu Hadouken and Shoryuken, though he didn't try the latter due to the potential threats it brings. Izuku and Momo were also enjoying training together. Izuku turned out to be a decent teacher and a great analytic, which helped with Momo improving. Not to mention it was time with their loved one. Throughout the weeks other students from 1A would gather around to see the two train with Ryu, to which Aizawa would shoo them off to do their own training. Then one day, Izuku was meditating in his dorm room, with Momo preparing something to eat. The two outside of training would also spend more time with each other, to the point where sleeping together was a regular occurrence. During his meditation, however, he heard a voice, and saw a man shrouded in flames. So child, you are able to use some the 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐸𝐸 without being controlled now. Akuma, you've certainly grown stronger. And yet you won't let the 𝐸𝐸 make you go beyond. Izuku, what do you want with me, Akuma? So you know who I am. But I have no intention of chasing a child like you. Not just yet. Izuku, what do you mean? Akuma, once I'm finished with your Emsar Izuku, you shall be next. Izuku then saw his Emsar appear in the vision, only to be attacked by Akuma, and only for everything to go black. The light was restored and what Izuku saw was terrifying. Ryu's body motionless and Akuma's hands dripping in his cold blood. Izuku, no. Terrified Akuma, does this anger you, child? I wonder what would happen if I went after the girl as well. Izuku, no. Don't you go after her, please. Akuma, Mama, Izuku, and all. Izuku then snapped out of his meditation. He was sweating bullets, utterly terrified by what he saw. Momo walked into room. Food is ready as dash, saw Izuku. Are you okay, Izu? Without even thinking, Izuku went over to Momo and hugged her tightly, unwilling to let go. Izuku, Momo. I promise I will always protect you. Momo hugs Izuku back and rubs his back. I know you will, Izu. I know you will. They held each other like that for seemingly forever, before going to eat their surprisingly still warm dinner. Though there was one thought continuing to run through Momo's mind. Momo, what happened during that meditation, Izuku?